for the background. And so that's how come I also tried getting at least an appreciation of what layers are and what some very basic things to put some designs on maybe a picture or something like that to just make things work. But I I feel that improving the skill on that side will also improve um, my work or my experience, because a lot of users don't really see the code you've written or see the how the functionality works. What they see is what they see, and most of that is graphic design. So um, I think that is very relevant.
Oh, okay, okay. And I think I even agree with your side because when it comes to source code and all, like, I mean, aside users seeing how it functions, they don't really care what you do behind. What's presented on the front. So even with
Yeah,
websites and applications, right now they heavily rely on what's it, UX or UI designers to help them design very nice interface for them so that they can use that one to complement the back end as well. And whenever they do that too, I believe they usually I believe they do that with front end developers as well. Or I'm totally way out of the line with my explanation.
oh yeah, it's right on, it's on point actually.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so thanks for telling us about yourself. The idea we had for this class, or we actually have for this class, which is the objectives for the class, is to explain to people what graphic design is and how they can use it to benefit whatever they do, and some terminologies you can understand, so that it's not that you should just know, so that you yourself be creating everything. I'm sure you're already busy with your work, but let's say sometimes you have something you want done for you, but the way you'll explain it to a designer to get it the way you have it in your mind becomes a bit challenging. So at least having a graphic design idea can also help.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So with the first one, we are going to learn what graphic design is. We are going to learn about some terminologies. We are going to know some of the graphic design tools, and we'll end it with a Q&A so that at least if there's anything we can do further, we can discuss that during that period. So to you, what do you think graphic design is? I'll start with the explanation. This one is going to be interactive. We talk.
Hey, Mewu.
James, please,
All
thanks
right.
for joining us.
All right. So, in my opinion, I think graphic design deals with the skill set or the the field where um, a person appreciate or creates a concept with designs, basically on uh, any form of media or any form of platform or canvas. So I think the typical one that we have in this generation is digital designs or designs on, let's say, through Photoshop or for social media or maybe a billboard. But it's basically putting in components of various elements to create a particular design or concept. Material margin.
Yeah, watch. So you're absolutely right. With graphic design, you've actually explained what it is and which kind of medium it's usually shared on. And with what you said, we have designs for print, so we have designs for advertisement, we have designs for even even labels for like your bottles and all. So all of that falls under graphic design. So what I'm going to explain, what for me or for the graphic design field, what graphic design is. It's a way of communication where you combine elements like text, shapes, pictures, and typographies and all to be able to create something appealing. So when you create something appealing, at least it still communicates your idea, but in a visual form. Yeah, that's what graphic design is. And I'm happy that you made mention of something called layers and all. So I'm sure that was when you actually dabbled in the graphic design field, where you took some tutorials, right, Michael?
Yes, no my airship. I think that one was a desperate measure. So,
Oh, okay. So when was that? And what else did you learn besides the layers?
well, so in fact, I figured that for tools like Photoshop or Photopia and those ones, they basically see the design as various layers
Good morning, sir.
that
Always a
combine
pleasure to
together.
have you. Your views on this.
Thanks for
And
joining us.
the Honorable Address Appointment as a Member of Parliament for second facing a stiff election, but he always finds time to join us in the studio. Hello, sir. Hello. It's good to have you in camp. Yeah, it's always a
Who's
pleasure.
talking in the background?
Happy,
I think it's a radio from one of the people who've joined.
Oh,
So
I will hit the road. Once you are done,
I have to mute the person.
So I think the person has muted their audio. So Michael, please, you can continue.
Yes. So what I was saying was that I figured that Photoshop and Photopia and I don't know if I don't know about Light Studio. Is it Light Studio? But I've never used that one. But I figured they see the whole design as layers on top of each other.
Yes.
So so then you can make some part transparent. You can combine the layers. Those kind. So that's the main thing I remember from it. Of course, there are lines and text and color and those kind of things. Erase and select and other things. But the main concept I remember is the layers.
Okay. What I'm saying is absolutely right. So the layers is what more or less they all build on the graphic design. These are the items or the tools which it relied on to put together a whole design. Because just like a whole book, a book consists of various sheets, and for it to be a whole, you need all the various sheets to come together or bound together. Yeah. So aside the layers, the other two you will have to learn. But before we get there, some of the terminologies I want us to understand is I'm sure you know what a font is.
What a font?
Yeah, I hope you know what a font is and other. You
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should go through them and then make sure you're on the same.
So we have fonts which I'm sure if you use Microsoft Office, you might have come across. That is how a text looks like. And we have other things like typography. So when we talk about typography, it's more or less how you can create a design solely with text. So if you notice, there are some designs where it's not necessarily you using shapes or pictures, but simply using what text to create it. And with typography, sometimes some logos are even designed based on solely text. You can see something like FedEx, it's solely text. You can see something like Amazon, it's solely text. So when you talk about typography, how to use or how to limit yourself with text to create a design. Yeah. So we have that as well. And we have some things like color and color scheme. So when we talk about color, it's just like how we know it, maybe using color red or color green, whichever color you want to apply to your design. So when you use the color, at least is to beautify your design. But when we talk about color scheme, so color scheme is when you're designing, you think of the necessary colors that you need to be able to put together a proper design. That's with the color scheme. So when we talk about the color scheme, let's say for every brand, you say you work with Airtel Tigo, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Airtel Tigo, I know they use the red and blue very well.
Yeah.
So the color scheme, it's more or less you take the primary colors of the brand and you look out for other colors that complement that brand. So
Okay.
whenever you get a color scheme, you always make sure that you document it so that whoever is going to design for a brand or how you are doing, the person will work within that color scheme. without having to go and take another color, which might cause a problem, or I mean, will get you sued. But I'm sure if you go and use yellow for your branding right now, the public might think you're throwing shade at.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So stuff like this. So we have color scheme, we have the typography, and we have some things which I can't really explain here. Unless maybe whilst we are using the application, then I can explain them further. But are there any other terminologies of graphic design which you've heard of?
Is is theme one of them, or it's under the color scheme sort of, or is it explains what you mean by the color scheme?
So theme is not under colors. Some people usually think it's under color, but it's not under colors. So theme is more or less your idea or
Okay.
what you have in mind for the design.
Okay.
So most times for places where they constantly work on design, for design to be efficient for them, they have something called design brief. So with a design brief, this is where what you collect all the necessary info the person needs to be able to create. The person wants you to use to create whatever they want for them. So let's say in a day, I'm supposed to create like 10 flyers or 10 design items. For the process to be very efficient for me, I'll make sure that I'll put a certain number of questions there that when you come, you actually have to answer those questions in a form or something so they can send them to me so that we rely on it as a team for your design.
Okay.
If there's any further question, I'll just call you up or contact you so that you explain further by what you need. That way, it makes the design a lot easier on your end because right now you use the information the client wanted to design for them. It's not like you design something for yourself, which sometimes some people usually do. They don't give you all the info, but they expect you to produce something. And when you later go back to them that, okay, this is what I have for you. And they're like, oh, no, this is what I asked you to do. I wanted you to do something else. Everything like that. With the team, yes, you're very right. You always have to make sure you get the necessary info from the client before you start. Else you go back and forth to the client before you produce something.
That's true. Even for the color scheme that you were talking about, some clients can be very, very specific or very strict on it. Like they can give you an RGB color or combination, or they can give you a hexadecimal like color code for you to use. So if you come with blue and it's not that exact blue, that I don't know how they know, but they'll be able to point it out that this is not the blue I said. So I think that's a very important thing to take note to.
Yeah, so with the color code you even made mention, yes, I think I'll add two more terminologies before you even start everything. So we have the RGB and we have the CMYK. So the RGB, before I continue, please, everyone in the class, please, I hope you are following. Hello, I hope everyone is following. Hello, James. Hello, Ike. Mr. Manopovi. Okay, so Michael, I think we'll continue because some of them have their audios muted. So when they unmute it, then we'll continue. But yes, I made mention of RGB and CMYK. So the RGB is the hexadecimal code which you talked about, which it consists of 6 characters. It can range all the way from 0 to 9 and A to F. So the RGB, it's more or less a code which every software or every computer screen understands, or every phone screen understands that if I'm to get this color code, I should produce this color of this particular shape. You get it?
Hello, Zachary.
So let's take I thought it was color like this. Hello, Michael. You don't type hand, sorry. That's someone else. Hello, Michael. Can you hear me? Your audio is on mute.
Yes, I can hear you better now.
Sorry, I saw your text message and I replied. Yeah. So with the color code, we have the RGB and the CMYK, and these are standards which all computer monitor screens or any other screen understands. So when you share this code on any monitor or any digital screen, you understand that you have to put it has to produce a particular color in a particular color sheet. Yes, even welcome. So with this one like this, what happens is companies that usually are very particular about their colors, like your company like this. I'm sure there's no way they will accept a different shade of blue other than the one they are using, or a different
Yeah,
shade.
the brands team are very picky.
Yeah, so the RGB is more or less for digital screens, and with the uh, CMYK, it's for printing. So with the printing, one was always note. I don't know if you ever experienced this. Sometimes you can select a deep red for your text or for your document whilst you are creating it. But when you print it, you realize that the red is now faint, or it's not as deep as how you selected
You
it.
saw it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's because the printer might have not been gotten the right communication from your document that yes, use this CMY code, because with the CMY code, it's also for double digits. So yeah, so the CMY code is solely for print. So printing of banner, printing of even A4 sheet and all. So the printers understand that language. They use the CMYK for their standard, and for the digital screens, you use RGB. So whenever you are designing something or you want a designer to get something printed for you, explain to them that if they are going to print, they should use the word CMYK so that you get the exact shape.
Okay.
But that's the same way Ethel to do that, so that they can get that same color, both on digital and on print. And it should be the same and standard across. You get it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So do you have any questions regarding that? The color?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's it. And
I
since you're
didn't know that.
you will use such color code in your CSS or
Yes, yes. A lot of times in our CSS and other things. So for those who are very specific, we can even take that as part of the requirements gathering for a project.
Yeah. That's very necessary. So we're going to move on to the very next thing on the slide, which is the graphic design tools. So with the graphic design tools, you made mention that you use what? Grid. Which program did you say you use, Michael?
Layers. Oh, the graphic design tool. I use a web platform like Photoshop. It's called Photopia.
Oh, okay.
So Pia.com. If you go there right now, you have a full. It's set up just like Photoshop. Just that it's not as detailed or as heavy as Photoshop.
As Photoshop. So let me share the screen with you so that we can explore it right now. Photopia. Please send me the website again. Photopia.com.
No, it's PEA.
PEA, not.
PEA. Yeah.
Okay, so Photopia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I found it. So it's an online editor too.
Yes. So it will load. So the whole interface is like
Okay,
this.
I really like this. I really like this because with what they've done here, I'm sure it will be very lightweight on your machine. The only requirement
Yes, it is.
you have to get a very good internet connection because with all what I see here, it's basically the same thing in Photoshop.
Yeah.
All right, so then I think I can use this one for any demonstration. I have to explain.
Yes. Yes.
Good, good. Oh, and I really like, frankly, I've learned something new from you because I've never really explored this tool.
Oh.
Okay. So beside this Photopia, we have a tool like Photoshop application. We have CorelDRAW. We have Adobe Illustrator. We have Affinity. Wait, I think if you want, I can be writing them for you if you want as well.
Oh, okay.
But I can be texting you them.
Okay.
Please, can you see my text? I just sent.
Not yet. It's in the group, right?
Yeah, in a group.
Have you seen mine?
Yes.
Oh, I've not seen yours, but I just sent hi.
Just in time. Okay. Oh, okay, I've seen it. I've seen it. Okay, so there's a program, Affinity, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. We have CorelDRAW. So these are some of the programs that most people use. And let me try to explain some things here before we even proceed. So with the Photoshop, it's more or less like this Photopia here, but you create your designs or your art in pixels. And with the Illustrator, you create it using uh, vector. So what happens here is the vector and the pixels, they all have their benefits and their disadvantages. With the pixels, it's more ideal for most image-based items. But with the Illustrator, you are using a vector where whatever you draw or whatever you scribble down, it doesn't matter the screen, it doesn't matter which processor or which kind of machine you are using. You can scale it to as high as you want. So let's say if you use Adobe Illustrator to create a banner, let's say Ethotigo has this banner they want to mount, create a
Okay.
big, huge banner for it. Using Adobe Illustrator, you can still do it on a machine with low performance using vector. But when you try doing it in Photoshop, which you rely solely on pixels, it will break your machine down. It might even end up crashing the machine.
Oh, okay.
But it has a limit it can go with pixels.
Right.
So with the Coral Draw tool, it's a combination of the pixels and the vector as well. And the affinity also is solely on pixels. So with that one, it's basically based on your performance and the medium on which you are doing it. But if you are doing something for maybe your social media, doing something more significant, 3 feet by 3 feet, you can still rely on Photoshop if your machine is but doesn't have high end things. All right.
Okay.
So that's that. And now I'm sharing the Photoshop screen with you right now. Let me see. Please, are you seeing the photo screen?
Yes, I'm seeing the screen.
All right. So first of all, you should know that it's just the same as the Photopia you shared with me. But what is happening here is I just opened the application, and if you can see on your screen, on the left side of it, you see home, you see create new and open. Please, how you can see?
Yes.
Yeah. So with this one, this is the like welcome screen. So this screen is divided into two. Where on the left hand side you have these two, which is like create new and open for you to be able to what create new graphic design item or open already created graphic design item. And on the right hand side, I'm sure you see a lot of grid on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so on the right hand side, these are all graphic designs or designs which I have worked on recently. So if this was a fresh installation of the system, it would have been blank and asked you
Okay.
if you want to create something. So if you want to create something, you always click on the left hand side, that's the create new.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
when you click on create new, it now asks you what medium are you going to be designing this item for? Or what dimensions would you want this your design to be in? You get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I wanted to explore some tabs on here. So you notice that where my mouse pointer is, there are tabs over there.
Yeah.
So these are the recent items you have already designed, and these are the sizes you work with when you design them. And you can go to saved. So saved, the save tab which I just clicked. This is a tab where if you have a particular dimension or a particular size you always work with. Let's say you're a photographer. Um, I'm sure if you have to snap a portrait picture, there's always a dimension you always want to work with.
Okay.
So you can just save
Okay.
that dimension so that you don't have to recreate it or re-enter the dimensions every now and then.
Yeah.
So when we move away from it, what Photoshop has done here, especially with this particular version I'm using, this is the 2019 version, they've done here is they grouped all the dimensions based on the profession of some people because they know their clients, they know the kind of people who use it. So the very first photo, which mostly is for people who are into photography or videography. So the photo, they have a standard size for landscape. They also have a standard size for portrait, and it all has 8 dimensions written down below it. So whether you want it small, you want it big. So this very highlighted one is the default selected, which is 7 by 5 inches. Next one is
Okay.
3 by 2 inches. And when it comes to the portrait, it's rather 2 by 3 inches. So depending on whichever medium or whichever kind of portrait you want, you can select. So the next one is print. So the print, this is for individuals who are into printing. You get it? So if,
Okay.
yeah, so if you are into printing or maybe you are in the printing press, I'm sure you find individuals or customers who want maybe things printed on A4 sheet for them. Or let's say a certain office outsource their printing to them. I'm sure since they deal with documents, they always have to print in A4 sheet, which is what I have selected or highlighted here on my screen. So
Okay.
as you can see, there's A4, there's A6, A5, A3, B5, and on. So this one, you don't have to come and enter the dimension again. You can just select any of
Okay.
them and you can go ahead with whatever you want to do. So notice on the right hand side as well that as you select, the dimensions are indicated with what I've highlighted. So let's say we
Right.
select A3, it's highlighted here. Oh, I wish you had an application installed. So So, and you can also select whichever measurements you want. So with the measurements, we have pixels, we have inches, we have centimeters, we have millimeters, we have points, we have pickers. So with this various form of measurement, I'm sure everyone has maybe a kind of measurement they are comfortable using. So some people may be comfortable using millimeters, some people might be comfortable using centimeters, and others might be comfortable using inches. So
Okay.
me personally, I prefer the meters a lot more. But when it comes to standard measurement or standard length measurement for graphic design, it's always the pixels.
Right.
And since you actually do something related to CSS, I'm sure whenever you give, let's say, the dimension for a grid or something, I'm sure you're supposed to add TX or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a pixel. It's understood by web and even graphic design items, graphic design software as well. So the next one is the art and illustration. Steve, thanks for joining. Latif. Okay, sorry for that. So the next one is art and illustration. So the art and illustration, this is for individuals who are into art. Let's say people who draw, people who create posters and postcards. This is for them. And the next one, which I think you might find interesting, is the web. So we have one for web as well, which, let's say you want to create something, a banner or a carousel, which has several banners in them. You can easily come here and select your site without having to go and search for your monitor like that. So you have the most common use, which is 136 by 768 pixels. You have the large, you have the medium, you have the minimum, which is 1024 by 768 pixels. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Excellent. Oh.
Yeah, so, and we also have some for some specific screens. I'm sure you are seeing on my screen what I've highlighted. They have one for MacBook Pro 15. So that Apple, people who are also into Apple or Mac devices, they can also select a size for themselves without having to get a dimension. So they've done all this for you so that you don't have to go and take a ruler or a tape measure to start measuring sizes. But I'm sure if you want a banner, let's say 4 feet by 6 feet, sometimes you can go and take a tape measure and do the measurement. But if you know all of this, or you have some of this at your disposal, you can go easily. You can use it easily for whatever you want to do. All right. So Michael, please let me address for those who have joined. So
sure.
Guys, please, thanks for joining. Anthony, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, please, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Galaxy Prime, hello?
Okay. You want to talk to Anthony?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please, I can hear you. So we are actually having a graphic design class. So far, we've talked about a few things. That's what graphic design is.
Okay.
And we've explained some of the terminologies used in the graphic design space. And currently, we are talking about the tools used for graphic design. So with some of the tools used for graphic design, we have the Adobe Photoshop, we have Adobe Illustrator, we have CorelDRAW, we have Affinity as well. So I'll send them to you guys again right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, please. Do you guys have any questions? Hello, Francis. Hello, Francis. Okay. So I think we can. Yeah, hello, George.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, we're doing well. What about you? George, what about you? How are you doing too?
Oh, I'm good. Tell what's going on?
Yeah, so we're actually having a graphic design class right now, and we've already started. And We've talked about what graphic design is. We've talked about some of the tools used for graphic designing and some technologies that one should know in the graphic design space. And with the graphic design tools, we've talked about Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw, you know. And with the technologies, we've talked about some things like what is font, what is typography, what is a color, and all of those things. So please, guys, I think if you can be patient for us to follow through the class because it has already started. And if you have any questions, you can let me know as well. All right, so Michael, I think we'll continue from where we got interrupted. So I was talking about the web. So the web. So since you're into designing and programming, sorry, since you're a developer, how do you think this will be useful for you? The web, the dimensions for the web.
Okay, so there are some designs that actually take images as input.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily code the image, but you call the image into the application.
Okay.
So you store the image somewhere in the application and then you pick that image and display it. But then you're able to tell when, let's say, somebody is minimizing the screen or somebody is using a MacBook or something like that. All that information can be found as part of hosting your website, or you can handle those scenarios in your code. So, for example, with responsive design lately, when you are reducing the size of your browser, some of the things will be redesigning or reshaping where they are positioned. So for example, with the web minimum, you realize that if, let's say, or if the size of the screen is changing, you can decide to make 4 or 5 different designs and present whichever one that is suited for the size of the screen. So it can be the same design, but you show a different one if it's a mobile app. You show a different one if it's a minimized screen. You show a different one if it's on a big monitor. So these things, these type of canvas designs or the dimensions can be useful so that you can create different types of the same image, different sizes of the same image, and then use each one based on what scenario you are working with.
Oh, okay. So if you understand, for you to have a very effective dynamic experience on your website, you don't need one image. You need several images of varying sizes so that at least whichever monitor or whichever individual is using the application or the platform will still have something suitable for their screen.
Exactly. So if you use one image, it may work for some of the scenarios, but sometimes you realize that you open a website on your phone and some parts of the image is missing. Or it's like it's resizing, but it doesn't really capture the whole picture.
Yeah.
I think those are the scenarios that use one image.
Minimizing the screen or try to minimize it. Sometimes it gets to a certain limit, then it's either the image disappears or the image
Exactly. Yes.
is not really proportional to the screen. Okay. So and I think if you would want to do something, this will be suitable for your kind of work. So and the next tab is the one for mobile. So everyone's seeing the screen I've actually highlighted here. So let's say you have some concept or some design you want to create for a particular kind of phone. So when you select the mobile tab, you can easily select the kind of phone you want because they've already given the predefined dimensions. So in every phone that comes out has their space already indicated. So they've already taken such information to prepare such screen sizes for you so that you don't have to go online and go and search for them. Yeah, so Galaxy, so what, if I noticed that you've raised your hand. Please, what's your name? All right, so I think we'll continue with the class. He's experiencing network problems, so no problem. So as I was explaining, you can also select a screen size that properly fits whatever you want to do. So Michael, I'm sure you see screen sizes like iPhone X, iPhone 8,
Yes.
7, 6 Plus, iPhone 8, iPad Pro. Yeah, these people are being biased though. It's only iPhone. Okay, so there's Android.
Oh, Infinix.
Oh, Infinite is not getting a shout out here. Okay,
Oh,
so
Charlie.
what I see
You're
down
being
below is
racist.
Charlie, I've been racist fast and powerful. Okay, so what I see here is we have Android 1080p. So what I see with Android is because there are so many Android phones and Android manufacturers, they've just limited it to a standard screen size. So if you notice, the screen I've selected here, we have the Android 1080p, which is a standard size for screens with longer, very long height and shorter width.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have the Microsoft Surface Pro and all. So the tablet and all. So all of these ones have their image sizes indicated. So if maybe you are designing something for iPhone, I think you'll find it a lot easier than designing something for Android right now. So, well, that's something if you are designing, you can actually look at. So the very last tab, which if you can see, it indicates the various video sizes. So with these video sizes, if maybe you are designing something for a particular kind of monitor or a TV monitor, take into consideration which size of the monitor are you designing for. So we have the HD TV 1080p. So with this HD TV 1080p, what I can explain to you right now is I'm sure we all use YouTube, right? Yeah, so and with YouTube, what we all experience is sometimes the video you're watching can be low on quality or it can be high. But either way, you still have the option to select the kind of resolution you want. So let's take the 1080p quality of YouTube videos like this. If you want to get a video to appear very nice, like the standard 1080p on YouTube, you can select the very first one, which I've highlighted. And the dimension for it is 1920 by 1080 pixels.
Okay.
I hope,
Yeah.
you all are following me.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have other screen sizes as well. Other screen sizes as well. And we have
School.
sizes for 2K monitors, 4K monitors, 8K monitors. But our colonna Ederson, a colonna a designer, my dada, who said, who join in late?
Boss, Mr. Memphino, why? Oh, Mr. Why?
Okay.
Oh, Memphino. Oh, now what? Boss, also Mr.
Anthony, is that you?
Oh, Mindum way in the volume.
Yeah, mute audio, no way. All right. Okay, so with the screen sizes, so I'm sure we've all heard of 4K, 2K, and the rest. So basically, these are screen sizes that are very huge and displays graphic design items or even videos like in a very high resolution. So currently, we are done exploring the various tabs. So now let's take a very close look at the right-hand side. Please, I hope you all can see where my mouse is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with this place, I've highlighted. What happens here is, let's say if you're going to create anything, any graphic design item, I'm sure you have a standard size in mind, or let's say you have a place you want to use the graphic design in mind. So can you guys give me examples where you would want to use you would want to create a graphic design item for?
Oh, me.
Hello, please. I need examples of something we can create. So let's say if you want to create a graphic design item, so where would you want us to create graphic design for?
Save the date.
Come again.
Save the date for Galaxy Prime.
I just save the date.
Save the date. Wedding for Galaxy Prime.
Mustafa. Hello, Mustafa.
Galaxy Prime. Please, are you a student? Like, I think I can see your uniform.
Yes,
Oh, okay. And please, what's your name?
Augustine.
Come again.
Okay, Augustine. Yeah, well,
Augustine.
Augustine. Okay, Augustine. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Was that your mother?
No, he's my sister.
Ah, okay. Wow,
Mustafa, can you hear me?
all right. So,
Yeah, Mustafa, can you hear me?
yeah, Chan, please, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you mute everybody so that when the person wants to talk, then you can unmute the person, please, because the distraction is just too much.
Yes, Chairman. I'll do so. All right. So I'll kindly ask everyone to mute their audio until they're asked to talk, but I'll still mute everyone though. So please, if you want to talk, you can unmute your audio or you can text so that you can give your contributions. So I was explaining the right-hand side where my mouse is currently. So with this side, if you're going to create anything or any graphic design item, if you're going to create something like a flyer, a logo, or anything, you first of all have to define the name for that that document. I'm sure if you're going to create something in a Word document, when you're saving it, you give it a name, right? So that's the same thing you also do with Photoshop or any graphic design application. So with this one, I'm going to call it graphic design class. And please, I want some contribution here. What would you want us to create? A flyer or something so that we can actually have a hands-on class right now. Augustine, do you have anything in mind?
Yes, a flyer will be okay.
A flyer will be okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So where would you want
wedding flyer?
So Mike, if I understand, you want to create a wedding flyer. All right. So we'll make sure we save the date very well. So the wedding flyer, do you guys have any size in mind that you want it to be? Do you want it to be on an envelope, or you want us to create something which we can just share on social media platforms? Please, you can answer though. I mean, you can unmute to answer. Do you want us to share it on social media, or should create something for an envelope, or which one?
I want it to be shared on social media.
Okay, so social media, All right. So I think I'm going to create one for social media. So with social media, one thing you should have in mind is most of the sizes for items or graphic design items on social media is usually a square, or it either has a longer length than the width. So for us to create something, I would want us to use a square kind of shape. So let's select a size, a standard size of 1000 by 1000. So which means 1000 with 1000 height. Is out you are seeing where I'm actually entering the figures. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
All right. So we selected the size, and When you're creating something in a graphic design application, it asks you which dimension or which standard of measurement are you very comfortable with. So if you can see on the right hand side here, we have pixels, we have inches, we have centimeters, we have millimeters, we have points. So before you all join, I explained some of this to Michael. I want to explain it one more time for all of us to be on the same page. So with what you see here, the pixels is the standard size that's used by any digital screen for measurement. Just like the way we have inches and centimeters for our normal measurements. So when we take types like this, we usually measure it by inches. So let's say if you're going to buy a pipe, you say what I'm looking for a 2-inch pipe. And if you measure, let's say, a table, sometimes you can go in for a ruler or a very long ruler or even a tape measure. Some people also use feet. But when it comes to the graphic design environment, you use the pixels. Yeah. So which is what I've selected here. And the next thing I've highlighted here is the resolution. So the resolution, what happens is every graphic design, every flyer you create, you have to make sure that what you define the resolution which you want, which is the quality of how it should look like, the sharpness of your flyer. So when creating a flyer, the recommended size for resolution is a minimum of 300, a minimum of 300. So I have a question for you. Have you ever seen a flyer somewhere and you were like, this thing is not clear at all?
Like the resolution, why not 500 or?
Okay, so yes, so you can go as high as 500. So what the minimum, what I wrote here is 300 because what that's the minimum you should go in for, which means if you're going for 300, it will still look sharp for everyone. But you can go as high as 1,000. So you can go for 500. So since you indicated the 500, I can input the 500 here so that we can use that one. But you should understand is the higher it is, the higher or the sharper it's going to be. But which means if your system doesn't have high specs or doesn't have high RAM and high hard disks, your machine might run low. It's very slow, very slow. Yeah. So with Michael, have you ever come across any graphic, any flyer or anything which you feel like that doesn't look sharp at all?
Oh yes, we are my evidence. I took some screenshots and I was trying to do some photo, but and I felt like be in the
All right. So one thing you always have to do is that what is select your resolution. One thing you have to do is always make sure to select your resolution. When you select your resolution, it becomes a lot easier to have your what's the name flyer looking very sharp. So right now we've selected dimension. Hello, James. All right, so right now we selected our dimension, which is 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. Our resolution is 500. So now the color mode, let me click on it. So you've noticed that we see what RGB color and CMYK. So Michael, can you please, refer back to what we discussed earlier, the RGB and the CMYK, for everyone to understand.
Okay, so those days I didn't understand these things, but right now, I'm in less than 1 hour, I've become an expert on just this topic.
Wow.
What was explained when we started this was that the RGB is one color scheme or color way of presenting colors, and then the CYMK, or is it CMYK?
So CMYK.
CMYK, yes. CMYK is also another color scheme presentation format. Now the main difference is that The RGB is usually for digital use. Let's say if it's going to be online or it's going to be for social media or something like that. The digital platforms are able to interpret those color schemes better. So let's say when you choose your colors to be RGB, the computer will able to see that this is what you chose and it was RGB. So it will present it the way you want it. But if you go and use the same RGB to print out things, printers don't really understand the RGB very well. It's the CMYK that they can really understand, so that you can use the CMYK for print use. Let's say if it's a banner or a poster or something like that, it's better to choose CMYK because the printers can tell that this is the type of yellow you chose in the CMYK, better than the way they tell yellow in RGB. Yes. So mainly CMYK is for print use, anything that you print out, and then RGB is for digital use.
Okay. Thanks for the explanation. Please, I hope we all understood what Michael just explained, or we all got what he just said. You can unmute your audio and please give a contribution.
Oh, yes, I understand.
So Augustine, I'm listening.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
So let's continue.
So we won't continue like that. You are saying you understand, but I want to test your knowledge right now. Since you say you understand. So I suppose when I give you something to go and print, I guess when I give you something to go and print,
I'm listening.
What will you tell? What will you tell the printing press that you want to print, or how you want to print it? What would you tell them? Which color code will you tell them to print it in for you?
CMYK.
Okay, and can you tell me why?
Because he said the printer only understands the CMYK, so I'll go for that one.
All right. And another reason why we said it understands that is one thing you have to take note of is when you are designing something, you don't use the CMYK, maybe on your monitor or on your computer, and you select a color like deep red. But when you selected the deep red, you use RGB. But when you are going to print, you use CMYK. What happened here is when you print, you might not get that deep red, which you indicated while you were designing. You might get a light red. That's why you have to tell them that you want it in CMYK. And while you are designing as well, you also have to design it in CMYK. So please, I hope you are all on the same page here.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Beatrice.
Hi.
Please, how are you doing?
I'm blessed.
All right. Please, thanks for joining us.
Thank you to
for
organizing.
No problem. So currently we're having a class on graphic design. We've joined, but no problem. So we started with talking about what graphic design is, some terminologies of graphic design, the mediums on which graphic tools are used on, and also some of the graphic design tools which you can use yourself to create your own flyer, your own logo, or your own banner. So
okay.
Yes. So that being said, I'm going to use this more time to test the knowledge of graphic design. So what do you think graphic design? Beatrice?
Yes, please. Please say again.
What do you think? What do you understand by graphic design?
I believe it's just using some form of online or IT stuff to design a logo or I don't really have a definite definition, but I know you used to design, make posters and other stuff, design what do you call it, business cards and stuff like that.
All right. So I like your knowledge on that. At least you know what they use them for. So what graphic design is it's a way of communication actually, where you use a combination of text, you use a combination of text, pictures, shapes, and all to
Okay.
put together something appealing in a visual way for you to communicate to everyone. So that being said, please, has there been any case where you feel the need for graphic design in your field of work?
Yes. I worked with a printing press company. I was an
Okay.
administrator, but there were times when the graphic designer was either late or the person who was in charge of printing was not around.
Okay.
And you know, if I had knowledge, sometimes the customer might send a document, and like you said, it's sometimes in JPEG, is in you have to either do a little formatting or do a little changes. I don't know the terms, all the terms, but then I realized that I really need knowledge in this field
Okay.
to enhance my work. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's why we're also around for that. So thanks for joining and explain some things to you and for that take. So
Please say again.
I said contribute. That's why we're also available to help us with that, and we actually want
Okay.
everyone to have a fair idea of how we're going to operate. So, Beatrice, so that being said, since you work in the printing press, I'm sure you are familiar with some terminologies of graphic design.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we talk about typography, I hope you understand that.
Yes.
Okay. So can you explain for everyone to understand?
Typography. Is the style used in designing. I don't know if that makes. That's how best I can explain it.
Okay. So you're not far from that, the first explanation. So with typography, it's more or less you using text to solely create a graphic design element, like or a flyer, because not every graphic design element should be pictures or shapes. Even logos like that, sometimes people use just text in them, so just under typography. And
Okay.
I'm sure you also have color schemes, fonts, even layers and all.
Yes.
So I think that means that we can actually continue our class at where we ended. So currently we are talking about the graphic design tools, and we made mention of some tools like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and PT, Corel Draw and all. And we selected the Photoshop application to use for this class, which I'm sure you see on your screens. Please, I hope you all see the Photoshop application on your screens.
Yes.
So with that, with this Photoshop application, we explain some things like how to get started with it. We explain where you can create a new application, a new design, which I'll demonstrate shortly right now. So you see where my mouse pointer is. When you click on create new, it helps you create a new document or a new flyer or something like that. And let's say if you're an individual who already works with something like in the print, on web, or even a photographer, sometimes you don't have to go and search for the dimension. You can come to the tabs at the top here where my mouse is pointed. So if you're a photographer, you click on the photo, you select the standard portrait size or landscape size for your art, and you are done. You can go to print, and you can select any print item as well. So with the print tab, I'm sure you all see the A4, A6, A5, A3, B5, and even the letter
Yeah.
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bridges, I'm sure you also work with these things since you've been working
Yes.
with Press. So we also have one for art and illustration. We have one for web. And we have one for mobile. So let's say you want to create something for iPhone or Android, you can just come and select the phone, and the size will be indicated at the right hand side here. Yeah. And we have one for videographers, people who are into phones or recording of videos, especially those who do those wedding video shoots. They can come here and select their size. Or even if you're on YouTube and you create videos for yourself, you can even come here and click the size you want and select it. So after explaining all this, we actually selected our own size, which was 1000 by 1000, which is 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. And Augustine suggested that we use a resolution of 500. And Michael explained the various color mode, which is the RGB and the CMYK. So we are going to use the RGB since we are creating what? A wedding invitation card on for social media. So we also have to give our design a title. So since it's going to be a wedding card, we can say wedding invitation. Sorry. Or Michael, we should save it as save the date instead. All right, so I've got acknowledgement. All right, so then when you are done entering all of this data, you click on create. So when you create, it will open a whole new window for you where you can actually start designing and doing something for yourself. So I'm sure you all see the new screen I have on my monitor here. Hello?
Yes, we can.
All right. So this is what a typical graphic application looks like. And this one is Photoshop. And with this Photoshop, what happens here is just like the way in applications like Microsoft Word, we have the ribbon at the top and we have the workspace right in the middle. This one also has what its standard tools on the left hand side where my mouse is. Guys, where my mouse is. And in the middle, we have the workspace, which is where everything you create will be displayed here. And with the right hand side here, so all of these tools are more or less properties of the items if you select on the left hand side. And also has a very important feature, which is what the layers. It's like I'm talking too fast. I hope you're all following.
Yes.
And guys, I'm sure some of you don't have the application installed on your machines here. And Michael, who is actually participating in the class right now, made a very great suggestion of a Photoshop tool, which you can find online. And let me share that screen with you right now. So guys, I'm sure you can see the screen I've shared with you on your monitors. Is how you can see the screen.
Yes.
All right. So
this one too. If you go to File and you click New, it will open the canvas.
Yeah, like exactly. So if you come to File, click New. So this one is online. So assuming you don't have the application installed and you have a desktop or a phone with you, which you can access this website. You can access it on the other side of your monitor, where you can actually be following our class. So with this online tool, one thing you also notice here is that where my mouse is, you see the new project. It asks you for the name of the project. It asks you for the width of whatever you want to design. It asks you for the height. So the DPI here is actually the resolution. So the unit for resolution is DPI, display per inch. So you see 72 is highlighted here. If anyone noticed, even in the Photoshop application itself, the standard size was, the initial size was 72 before we changed it to 300 and later changed it to 500 based on Augustine's suggestion. So we can also change.
Question though. So yeah. why don't they just make it very high quality? Like
okay, so what happens here is with 72, this is the most minimum, or like let's say low quality, which you can use where your design will still look all right, but not extremely sharp, and you can share on every screen. Now, mind you that not everyone uses the same phone, and not everyone uses the same updated phone. Some people might still be using like Android Xperia, Sony Xperia, or some phone back in 2010 or 2011. which doesn't cause this higher resolution, or even if you share it on there, to take a long time for it to display on there. So this 72 more or less provide a fair grounds for everyone to be able to view this image. Hope you are following.
Yeah.
Eddie, thanks for joining the live. All right, so with what you are seeing on your screens, you're going to use the same thing to create what we created in the Photoshop application. So if you have it open, you can also be playing along. Please, if you have it open, please make me aware right now. Or if you make me aware. That's the application I've opened, the website I've opened here. Okay. So Michael, do you have the Photopia opened? Okay.
Yes, I do have it open.
Okay, so if you are following, you can see that the width indicated, which we've entered 1,000, the height has been indicated, which we've entered 1,000, the measurement as well. So they have the pixels, percentage, and the millimeters and inches, unlike in the Photoshop, which had other measurements like the picas and the rest. But this one is still sufficient enough for any form of measurement you would want for your design. And the DPI, we can still go better than the 72. So how much should we use? Which resolution should we use? This one.
Give me some of Augustine's one.
I'll give you some of Augustine's one. So we are using 500. Right. So that's that. And if you've noticed, where my mouse is, you notice that these people have also classified or grouped the kind of dimensions or the kind of flyer sizes on here. So we have one for social, where they've indicated the size you can create for the various social media platforms. So we have the FB page cover, which means if you select this one, you have to create this with this size, it will fit properly on your Facebook page cover. We have Instagram size. We have okay. So what I've noticed here is that I'm running so many applications. So with the 500 I've selected for this size, my browser doesn't seem to be able to handle it because it's consuming so much RAM. So I think I will have to reduce the resolution from 500 to somewhere around.
They've humbled me back to 72. let me take it like that.
Yeah, they've humbled you here. They've also humbled me here. So please, I hope you are following.
Yes. A little distraction here, but I'm following.
All right.
I'm unmuted so that it doesn't disturb the class.
Okay, so my browser has refused to even respond totally. Wow. Okay, so sorry, I had to open the page again because it was so heavy on my browser. So I've selected the 72 size, the resolution 72, and I'm going to select the 1000 by 1000 again. What you should know is that the more resolution you select, what's the name? The higher performance it requires. So you can see on the left hand side, we have print, we have sizes for print, which you've seen here, A3, A4, A5, B3, B4, B5, and the rest. And we have standard size for photo as well. We have photo for wallet, you know. You have for screens, you have for mobile. So on mobile, you notice that they've also grouped them based on the kind of phone. So we have the iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone X, and all. So, and we have some for ads. So let's say if you have some ad you want to create for a particular medium, you can come here and select the size for the ad as well. So we are going to still select our own size and go ahead and create.
Hello?
So I'm going to click on create. Hello?
Yes. I'm having a little challenge
Okay.
with Photopia. I'm trying to sorry, I'm taking this back. I clicked on new, but it's not opening. The page is not loading.
Okay. So you clicked on file and you clicked on new, right?
Yes, I clicked on file and then I clicked on new.
So is it taking long to load or is just not responding at all?
It's not responding.
Wow. Can you please refresh the page?
Sure.
Thanks for joining, Nana. Sorry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so Nana, sorry, we are currently having a graphic design class, and we've talked about a lot before you just joined. We've talked about what graphic design is, what are some of the terminologies you should understand, and how you can use it to benefit your profession. We've talked about some of the tools used for graphic design, and we've talked about tools like Photoshop, CorelDRAW, Illustrator, But currently, we are exploring the interface of Photoshop, where we plan on creating a flyer right now. And the flyer is supposed to be an invite for a wedding. So if you can follow along for the demonstration as well, then we'll be happy for that.
Okay. I'm following.
All right. So if I understand, is there a way you can actually open the browser so that you can follow along, or do you have the Photoshop application itself on your machine?
Okay, I actually just saw the meeting ID and I joined. I've not opened my laptop or anything.
Okay.
So I want to see what is happening before. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, thanks for joining. So Beatrice.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you refresh your page, has there been any changes?
I refreshed it, but it's still not working.
Wow.
It's photopia.com, but then yes, I went to file and then.
So you, after the class, we can assist you in fixing that challenge.
Okay.
Sure.
So please, let's continue with the class. So if you can see what we have on our screen here, you notice that it's pretty much similar to the Photoshop application I shared with you guys earlier. I hope we are all following.
Yes.
Yes.
So what you see is the Photopia on the browser. Now let me share the Photoshop application with you as well, so that you see how very similar it is. So I hope you are seeing the Photoshop screen right now. I hope you are seeing the Photoshop screen right now.
Yes.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay. All right. So on the left side of this window, you see your tools, which you are going to use for your designs. Now, this middle section is for your workspace. Anything you create will be displayed in this middle section. And on the right-hand side, we have tabs like layers and other tools like properties of all the items. If you select on the left, will be displayed on the right-hand side here. And the top part here is a standard toolbar. Yeah, and we have the same file icon which we saw in the Photopia. So the file, if you click on new, it will create a new document. So I'm sure you've just seen the action that I just performed. But we are going to cancel it because you already have one open. So now let's start with our wedding date flyer, our wedding date flyer design. So please, who and who are getting married here? Michael and who are getting married here? And on what day? And whose families are involved here?
Please, the Afarin and O2 family. Beatrice, are
Okay.
you there?
Afari O2 family.
Yes, please.
All right. And who?
December 7th, please.
Oh, nice. Hey, why? Who said A?
Beatrice said A.
Why? Do you have any special occasion on that day as well?
Oh no. I'm married already, so if you are giving me, that means I'm going to get married again.
Beatrice, I mean your younger sister.
Okay.
All right. So he said Afari O2 family, and he wants the date to be on the 7th. So what happens here is whenever you're going to create a flyer, you make sure you get some information down. Michael and I had this discussion before everyone joined. So whenever you're going to create a flyer or anything, there's something called design brief, which means you have to ask the client or who wants you to design something for them, some questions for you to get information about what they want. So that's the process I just took you guys through, where I asked you guys what exactly we are going to create and how we are going to create it. So that some of the necessary information for a wedding flyer is what to indicate the day or the date for which the occasion will be happening, the various families involved, and later on we will put together some nice decorations around it. Let's say some flyers, some flowers, yeah, to show how Michael has that deep feeling for who, Beatrice or who? No, the younger sister of Beatrice, right?
Oh, I said O2. I didn't say Beatrice. Beatrice is married, please.
Okay.
I don't want trouble.
Okay, don't. All right. Okay. So let's say to write the name of Afari O2, we actually need to write in the text, right? So what happens here is we have to select the text to which is on the left hand side where my mouse is. So it's a T shape. So when you click on the T shape, you see what has been displayed on your monitor. So it's indicating that I've selected the text to where we will come to our workspace. So when we come to our workspace, we'll click on any portion where we want our text to be displayed. So we'll click on in the middle here. And we will type the name Afari O2. So Afari O2, A-F-F-A-R-E, O2. So Michael, I hope this is how it's spelled.
Please, our O2 is capital O.
Hey,
And
sorry.
Beatrice.
All right. It has been corrected. So we have to write the person's name. And so please, give us your partner so that we'll put your partner's name. I mean, the wedding has to happen between two parties.
No, say that is the nickname of the wedding. No, you see that these days the weddings have nicknames. So the Afari O2 is the Beatrice. Please, your little sister, what's her name?
I have two. Abigail or Bridget, you can choose one.
Hey, they ain't also our here.
I'm married now.
Hey, this one there. Usually I'll go for all night to decide. Yeah, but okay, you Beatrice, give me one.
Which Bridget?
It's Bridget.
All right, so we are going to use Bridget. So O2 and Bridget.
So it's Afari and O2 families.
Afari and O2 family. Okay.
Design brief now, yeah, you know.
Design brief now, no, I don't know.
And O2 family.
O2 family.
Hmm.
So what you've noticed here is that the text size I selected was too big, so I have to reduce the size. And just like in Microsoft Word or any other program you've worked in, you'll notice that you have to highlight whatever text you want to change, either the color or the font. So I've selected all of it, and I have to come to the top here. If you see where my mouse is, I've clicked on a drop-down menu, which is indicating the various sizes of font. So I have to select one. Currently, we are using size 18, but I want to select a size that will be suitable for the flyer, which is size 14, which is still big. So I've selected size 10. Yes. So, Afari, I'm sure you are working in the Photopia, right? Maybe we can do it in there so that
Yes.
we can assist anyone else using the Photopia. So
it's the same T that
yeah,
I select.
the same T icon. So click. So is anyone following with Photopia? You're going to demonstrate it right now. So you select it. So the screen is now on yours now. So you select on the T, which I've selected currently, and you come to the middle section where the white space is, and you click. So then you start typing. So Afari and O2 family. And then Bridges will enjoy power. So I'm also increasing the size at the top here. You notice I've just clicked on the top here and I'm increasing the size. So are you following along? Yours is scroll. Yours is a scroll. So you have to click and drag it, or you can enter the specific size you want. You get it?
Okay.
So when you are done, you notice that at the end of the standard toolbar, there's a correct and wrong button. That's the X and check. So click on the check, which is confirm. This I hope you guys can see.
Okay. Okay.
So you notice that on the screen you now have Afari and O2 family written. So one thing is, let's say the position of where the Afari O2 and family, you don't like it. Maybe you want it to be at the top of the screen. There is a tool at the left side called the move tool. So that's a very nice icon. It's just like a mouse pointer. Please, have you seen it?
Yeah.
So click on the move tool and select the item, which is the text.
Okay.
And you can start moving it to anywhere you like. So let's say you want to move it to the top here on my screen where I've placed it. So Michael, have you been able to do the same thing?
Yes, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. So guys, Atro Dino, Atro family is Dino. So I want us to add the date as well.
Okay.
So now let's write the date. Guys, please, I hope you are all following along. Augustine, I hope you're not, we've not left you out.
No, I'm following it.
Yeah. What about you, please?
I'm following.
Beatrice, what about you?
I'm following.
All right.
Oh, Beatrice, follow for us. Why? Follow for us.
So,
Nila, put your number there for the gifts. Okay.
Oh, nice. Nilavi, what about you? Okay, so we are done with that. Now let's enter the date. Have you written the dates yet?
Yes, 7 December.
7 December. Wow.
2020.
Sharp. You've even specified it. It's not 2022.
Express.
Okay, so I'm also writing the date, which is what, 7th December.
Mm-hmm.
December 2020. So I've written the date, but if you can see on my screen, I said date no is about the same size, just like the what Aquarian. Hello.
Yeah.
So the size of the date is the same as the date for the Aquarian Auto family. And one thing in design is you should always have some sort of contract, which means you should know which information is more important, or you want people to see first, or you want to make it a lot easier for people to see. So usually with dates, even though it's important to see, sometimes it's ideal to give it a much smaller size, so that people will get to read other information before seeing the date.
Mm.
Yeah, so what we're going to do here is we're going to reduce the size of the date I have here. The size of the date I have here, which for me, okay, reduce to this particular size, which is 31. So please, I hope you guys can see the date.
Yes.
So right now, I want us to start adding styles. So we talked about text.
Hello.
So what if the date?
Hello.
You're listening. You're Augustine.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So the date. Let's add some styles to it. Let's say the date. We want to add some icon to it. So I want to share a certain screen with you right now, so that we can see what I'm talking about. So I hope you've seen the new screen I've just shared with you guys. So the new screen I've shared with you guys, you can notice that on the right hand side, the date, it has a calendar icon right next to it. Yeah, so these are some of the icons or some of the images you can add to your element. So I want us to do the same for our wedding invitation. So we have to go to another website so that we can download the icon. Okay, so I will share the screen with you shortly. Okay, so let's go to this website, flatticon.com. So, Michael, you can also visit the website. Beatrice and all, you guys can visit this website. So, I hope you've seen the website I've just sent to you. Various.
Okay.
So yeah, so here you can download icons that you can use to represent some things you've indicated on your design. So now let's search for a calendar that we can use to represent our date. So you can just search calendar. So one thing you know is this is a very important platform which you can always download any icon for whatever you want. Let's say you want an icon for location, you can come here. If you want an icon for let's say social media, you can come here as well and download them. You get it? So now let's search for calendar.
Okay.
So with a calendar, I'm going to select this particular one. Michael, which one have you seen on yours so far?
I tell you, it's the same one I've downloaded.
Eh. Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
funny. It's the exact same thing.
Hey, then you really mean this word power.
No, choose your own. Choose your own. We have taken this one.
I'll choose another one. I'll choose my own. All right. So I'll choose another one, a nicer one. You want to rush out?
Because me, my own has to be nicer. My design has to be nicer than yours.
All right.
You have good eyes, so you've taken my own stuff.
Okay. So I've chosen another one. So when you've selected it, it will come up like this. And you know, there are two icons I'm seeing on mine. I'm sure you guys are also seeing the same. We have PNG and we have SVG. Yeah, so please select the PNG. Select that one. And you'll see free download and premium. Just click on the free download.
Yeah, I selected the SVG. Let me select the PNG one.
Yeah, so click the X and select the PNG.
Okay. I've got the PNG.
So then we click on free download so that we can download it. So if you've downloaded it, I'm sure you will see a pop-up telling you that, hey, remember to attribute them. So I have downloaded it and I've downloaded the icon to my desktop.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going back to the application. That's the Photopia.
It's a drag and drop, I think.
Yeah, you can also do drag and drop. So anyone following, you can just drag this one, the icon, and you drop it. So for mine, I'm resizing. I've dropped it. I hope you're all following. Augustine.
Yeah.
Please, I hope you are following along very well.
Yes, I'm following it. But the website that you said we can download anything.
Yeah.
Can you give it to me again?
Okay, so the website where we can download the image, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me text it to you right now. So that one, if you want to download any icon, just click on it and you download. So I hope you've seen it.
Okay. It's gone. It's what?
Laticon.com.
Okay.
Right. So
okay.
We have that, and we are going back to our application, our design. So if you've noticed on your screen, you can see that my calendar is very big. It's too big. So I have to resize it so that it will fit the size of the date. You hear me? Michael, what's up? Like, you're already ahead, Anna.
Sure. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I know. What's it? Yeah.
I mean, when we finish, can download and give it to Beatrice to go and finish the process for me. Okay.
No, I'm printing news in my own.
All right. Okay, so if you've noticed on your screen, I'm trying to resize. And if you've noticed, it's all the sides are resizing proportionally. And that's because I'm holding the Alt key and the shift key on the keyboard so that it can resize proportionally, so it doesn't distort. Michael, did you ever experience anything where your resizing is like the length?
And now I say, it's like it has become slim.
Yeah.
I
So,
say,
pray. If we allow Charlie, they give you. So just resize.
Time no day, 7 December, time no day.
Time no day. All right. So what you can do is if you want to resize, right? Press Control Z, so that you go to its original size.
Okay. Undo.
Or you can even go to the edit icon where I selected and do step back, undo, so that you go to original size. Or you can even delete it and bring it afresh so that I can assist you with the resizing.
Okay. Oh, it's fine. I've been able to.
If you're able to resize it. Okay. I like that. Okay, so now I'm moving the icon next to our date. So even though this is not a very huge change, but it's something that can make your design also look nice. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both the icon and the date so that I can move all of them down. So we are going to talk about layers. So guys, one more thing. If you've noticed, you're not taking the items individually and talking about them, but it's like as you are moving along, I introduce you to all of them. So please take note of them. So far, Augustine and Asari, can you tell me some of the items you've explored so far? How creating just these three items?
Hello. The question again.
So the question is, I'm saying what we are doing so far. We are doing a project. So once we are doing a project, but every step of the way, then we get introduced to another tool. So can you give me some of the tools we've used so far? Because it's not like I'm taking them individually and explaining them, but it's like as we are doing it, you are seeing how it's used. So can you mention some of the tools we've used just so far,
We've used Move 2.
Good, I love that.
Yeah.
And what else?
And the test 2, right? Test.
Yes. The Move 2 and the Text 2. So and
the tool we used to squeeze the image. I think you said Shift plus what is it?
Yeah, Shift plus Alt on the keyboard.
Yeah, Shift plus Alt. Yeah, sure.
Okay, Michael, I said, Ali, we get somebody they rush for the wedding party.
Oh, I mean that is my name that's on the card. So me, I no shaky.
Oh, okay, no shaking. All right. So, which other tools have you noticed that you've used? Michael, so far? Hello, Tracy. Thanks for joining the class. Michael.
Yes, please.
I said, which other tools have you noticed that you've used so far?
Oh, Abi here said the two that I know. Is the type and then the move one.
Okay. So we are going to talk about the next one, which is layers. So with the layers now, it's on the right side of the screen. Please, I hope you are seeing where my mouse is. Yeah. So Michael, if you can see on your screen, you see it's something called layers, which is a tab.
Yeah, the layers tab.
So now below it, I'm sure you see some items there. Mine, I see calendar, I see 7 December, I see Akari and Otu family, and I see background. Yeah. So just like in the Photoshop application, the layers here are what the fundamentals or the foundation for any flyer, because it's a combination of all these flyers that gives you the whole flyer. It's a book with so many sheets. So what you notice is that against all of them, all of the tabs, you know, they have some icon. It looks like an eye. So click on that eye. You notice that your design will vanish. Have you noticed that?
The wedding name, no.
Oh.
I clicked on it and then.
Yeah. So
but it's still in the layers.
Yeah. Agenda. But say wedding. So click back on it so that it will appear. Yeah. So basically, that one is used to like eliminate some things you don't want to see at the moment. Like maybe you want to you want them to be visible at the end of the design. Let's say, you don't want it to interrupt your work.
Okay.
Yeah. So another thing, I'm sure the background, if you've noticed, it has a padlock on it on yours.
Yeah, padlock.
Yeah. So the padlock indicates that that particular layer can't be moved at all. When then we move it.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's click on the, what's the name? The Afari O2. The layer with the Afari O2 on it. Now click on the padlock right at the top of it. You see something like lock normal. Around that space, you see a padlock there.
Yeah, it's showing all.
Click on it.
So
have you clicked on it?
Yeah.
Do you see a padlock on Afari O2 family now?
Yeah.
So now try moving the Afari O2. Go back to your workspace and click on that Afari O2 layer text. You notice that you can't move it. Yeah. So that's for you to be able to lock some items down so that maybe whatever you are doing shouldn't affect it. You shouldn't move it away, or it shouldn't change the color, it shouldn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the function.
Yeah, I'm locking the date.
Yeah. So
the date's not here.
Come again.
I said then I'm locking the date. The date's not here.
All right, so you can lock it or unlock it. So what I want us to do here is, another thing you can do is you can combine two layers. So for me like this, on my monitor, my date or the date and the icon are at the top. I want to move them to the bottom of the screen. I hope you're all following.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's select the two layers. So let's select the 7th December layer in the calendar. So I selected the calendar and the 7th December. The calendar and the 7th December. Please, have you selected yours? Okay, for you to be able to select it, please click on Control so that you can select the other one. Sorry for not explaining that.
Because when I was clicking, it will change, like it will leave one. Okay, now it has selected both of them.
So what's happening here is once I was selected, your two now are selected. So now go to the top of the screen and make sure that, please, do you have your move tool selected on the left-hand side?
Yes.
Okay, so now you see at the top of it, you see transform controls. Check that icon, the transform controls.
Okay.
And come to the middle and click on the date. And drag it down, just like how I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I've logged it.
Okay. Yeah, if you log it, don't move. So go and unlock that particular layer first.
Okay, I've unlocked it.
So when you're done.
Okay. The date and the calendar are moving together.
They're moving together now, right? So if you want them to move without shifting left or right, go down shift so that they'll move in one line.
I should what?
The whole person, like, they want to move in that, if you want it to move in that same vertical order to the down, without shifting to the left side or right hand side, hold down shift whilst moving them. Is it moving together? Are they moving together in the same line?
Hold down shift.
Yeah, when you click on
okay.
When you click on the date and the icon, then you hold down shift. Click holding down the shift. so that you move them down so that they'll move in a straight line all the way down.
It's working. Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Mm.
So Michael, whilst we are waiting for you, I want to bring Tracy up to speed. So Tracy, you're having a graphic design class, and it started exactly at 9. So sorry for joining late. So far, we've talked about what graphic design is, how it can benefit your profession, how some of the terminologies that if you know or you're aware of, you can use it to communicate with the designer to get your ideas done properly for you. And yeah, currently we are exploring the Photoshop application, which is a tool for making graphic designs. And we also have other applications like Adobe Illustrator. Hello, Jason.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'm listening.
We also have other applications like Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop. We have Pro,
Mm.
So we are currently using the Adobe Photoshop. We are exploring it. So can you tell me, have you ever used any graphic design tool before? Or
No, I haven't.
so
Yeah.
what do you understand by graphic design? What do you think graphic design is?
Designing. I think it's about designing, creating stuff, being creative. Yeah.
All right, I like that. So what are some things you see that you feel like graphic design was used in creating such things?
Maybe like cards, like wedding cards or birthday cards.
Yeah.
And like some advertisements, flyers, and stuff like that.
All right.
And
So, like in your line of profession, has there been any instance where you felt the need for graphic design, or you feel like if I should have known graphic design, can be easy around?
not really, but I feel like it's interesting, so something that I'm looking forward to learning.
So thanks for the info. And so once the other guys are doing their demonstration, so I would like to explain some things. So with graphic design, it's a way of communicating your ideas visually by combining text, shapes, images, and I'm sure you know how. I'm sure even though you don't know how to design, but if you see a good flyer, yeah, like design with it.
Yeah.
That's what the creativity one has to apply to be able to create something very visual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, we also have some technologies often used in graphic design. I'm sure you've heard of some in other fields of work, but it's still applied in graphic design. I'm sure you've heard of font, which is how a text actually looks like. I'm sure you've also heard of color, which is how you want something to look like. And when it comes to color, aside the normal red and yellow and the colors we have something called color scheme, which mostly graphic designers use. And with this color scheme, it's a group of colors or a limited number of colors which an individual has to use to produce something. So let's take Tigo like this. Which of the colors do you often see?
It's all to go blue and red.
Yeah. So that's the color they decided to identify themselves with. And if you notice, everywhere you go, they don't change that color. Like
Yeah.
This one. And they make sure that they don't use a different shade of like the blue or the red they are using. They have shade they use. So you notice that Even if you go and see one elsewhere, it will be the same, to the same color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless maybe that banner or flyer has faded, then the sun sign and I faded. The color scheme, it's something that most companies that prefer to identify with a certain color will always give to their design. So even though Vodafone, Airtel to go identify themselves with blue and red, there are other colors which they use to complement their designs. So they have something like maybe black, which they might use for text. They have white, which they might use for text, and even other color that they have to pay attention to. So any designer or any person who has to direct any creative things for their what's the name or their marketing team will always have to work within this color scheme. So that's color scheme, and we have typography. So with typography, this is about using just text to create something very visually appealing. So sometimes you can come across some flyers. The person didn't really use anything much, but just text, but it looks nice. Especially the post Instagram post with those quotes. The person might just use text or even some logos. FedEx logo like this, it's just purely text. Netflix, just text. So these are some things we should also be aware of. And aside that, we also talked about some design applications like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and Affinity, Corel Draw. Which of these have you heard of before?
Adobe.
Okay.
Adobe Illustrator, yeah.
So all of these are graphic design applications. But you should know that this one is different from the normal editors we have. Sometimes we have photo editors like Adobe. That one is not for designing, but more or less doing something to look appealing or it's not a graphic design application because you are limited to a certain number of things you can do on there.
Yeah.
So are you following us through phone or maybe on your PC?
On my PC.
All right. So what's happening here is we are exploring the Photoshop application, and since some of us don't have the application, there's an alternative online which you can access and to give you the Photoshop kind of application. But this time around, directly in your browser. So I'm going to share the website with you right now. So,
okay, I think I'm already open to the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So on the website, did you join while we were explaining the move to creating of a new file and all?
A new what?
Creating a new document.
No, but let me try and see if
Yeah.
I can show you what.
So go to the left hand side, you see file at the top there.
Okay.
Yes, only click on file, click on new.
Okay.
So I'm sure you have a new screen where it shows new project.
Yeah.
So the new project, the name there is the kind of name you want to give to your design. But right now we have our brother Michael who is actually getting point married. Michael and Ewa.
7 December, save the date.
Yeah, save the date in that. So he wants to save the date, and that's the name we give to our design. So save the date.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like creating a normal document in another software. You can give the name, and down below you see the dimensions, the width and the height. And all. So the width and the height, in normal plain English, I hope you understand it, is the length and breadth.
Yeah.
The standard for measurement for graphic design related items are many. We have the PX, which is usually pixels. So the pixel is the standard dimension for any digital screen that, or even printers that understands that, okay, this is the measurement for graphic design programs. So besides we also have other ones that you can use. We have the percentage with what. Please, I hope you are seeing the screen where my mouse is highlighted.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the percentage, and we also have the millimeters, and we have the inches. You know, some people prefer to give their measurements in inches. Some also prefer to give in millimeters. So whichever one we are comfortable with. That's besides the pixels. That's the PX. Use that one. So, you let's select the pixels, the PX.
Okay.
So, and the DPI you see there. How do you see the DPI?
DPI, yeah, I do.
Yeah, so the DPI is actually the resolution. So the resolution, it has to do with how sharp your image looks like, or how very.
Mm.
But if you notice, I'm sure you've come across some flyers, I search like it's so pixelated, especially with
Yeah.
screenshotted items. These are pixelated style.
Yeah.
So that's the DPI. So the DPI, you can actually give it a size that you want. Now the recommended size is 300 and above. So for modern smartphones, 300 minimum is the best for you to be able to see anything very sharp. So you can give
Mm-hmm.
400, 500. But I'm sure you are seeing 72 on yours.
Yeah.
So the 72 is more or less also the minimum or the lowest size, the lowest resolution which you can use, which will support not just the modern smartphone but the old smartphone. If you have to use the 72 right now, even a smartphone that was manufactured in I think 2012, 2011 won't struggle viewing this image.
Mm. Okay.
But if you go into the high resolution of like let's say 1000, a smartphone that was created in 2012 will struggle to view it, or to even take a long time. It will show a black screen now for like 5 minutes before to view it. You get it?
Mm. Yeah.
So you let's retain the 72. And another thing, the higher the resolution, the more performance it will require. So it will be very resource intensive. So it will require you to what? Have more RAM or a higher processor to be able to render this thing.
Mm.
So
Okay.
quickly finish with you so that we can continue and get along with the rest.
Okay. All right. Sure.
You notice down below there that there are some tabs there. You see social, you see print, you see photo, you see screen, you see mobile.
Yeah.
So with the social, what happens here? If you start the social, you see what FB page cover, you see Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram story. So what if you want to create a flyer or a graphic design item for all of these platforms, you can easily come here and select the site without having to go online and search for the dimension. Because
Yeah.
if you are sharing, you want something that will fit the screen that everyone can see, and it won't be a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come and see.
Mm-hmm.
If you want Instagram, you select the Instagram, which you see that is what 1080 by 1080 px, which is the pixel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So also the next tab is print. If you notice at the top there, next to the social tab.
Mm-hmm.
So the print
Yeah.
A3, A4, A5, So if you're also in a printing press where you often do printing for maybe offices and all, I'm sure you use this site a lot more. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
We have business card down there. So photo too is for a photographer. We have
Okay.
screen, yeah, which is for the
Mm-hmm.
and we have mobile. So if you want to create something for iPhone as well, iPhone X, iPhone 8, you can come here and easily select the size and it will easily fit. Let's say you want to create your own wallpaper, your custom wallpaper with your image and some text. You can easily select it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one you want. So let's quickly get back to our project. So since you are now creating, click on the create at the, above the various tabs.
Okay. Should I leave the DPI on 72?
Yeah, leave it on 72 because
Okay.
you want to leave it on 72 is this time around you're opening the application on your browser. So it will
Okay.
too much RAM and it might even end up
Okay.
72 is ideal. So you can click on the 72.
Okay. Okay.
So I will click on the create.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
So I'm sure you currently have a screen just like what we have on ours. The one I've shared with you guys.
Mine is white.
Yeah, yours is white. That's because you haven't done anything. You are yet to create.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I think I'll let Michael explain some of the things we did here to create this thing. Michael, please help trace it out.
Okay. So now that you have your sheets that you are going to do the wedding on, hey, you are going to create the design for the wedding on. Now, as part of the design process, of course, you will gather some information. It's called design brief. So you take some information from the person you are doing the design for, maybe the title of or the nickname of the wedding, who the people the
Okay.
wedding is between, the dates for the wedding. So far we have Beatrice Otu, her sister, that we are targeting for the wedding with me.
Oh yes.
Okay.
So what
So
for the wedding?
So it's going to be between the Afari and then the O2 family. So when you have this information, you can now, and then it's on 7 December, so you can now start doing some 1 or 2 things on the page. So the first thing we did was to click on the T icon, the one that looks like a T. To write anything, I think it's a type icon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
most of the tools that we'll use are on the left.
Okay.
So he's pointed to that icon, so you can click that icon.
Okay.
Then you click on the canvas, anywhere on the canvas, or on the
Okay.
page.
Yeah.
For now, we are just writing. When we finish, we'll put it somewhere we want to put it. So you can just write Afari and O2 families or family. Yes. You can make it nice. When we'll do all the nice. Right now, Kra, his own, he's not done the font very well. Because people will think I use we'll do the font and things. I'm sure he will do that. But for now, just type. Have you
Okay,
finished
I've
the type?
typed it. Yeah.
You type the Afari and the O2 capital letters.
Yeah.
The way I like.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So then you see that there's something on your right that has now appeared, right? There's a tab called layers or something like that.
So Michael, before you continue, Tracy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure at the top of your screen, you notice that there's an X and check mark. So
yeah.
Make sure you click on the correct so that your text will take.
Okay, confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay.
Michael, please.
So now it has shown on the right. And so he was explaining that everything that we do in Photoshop or those things, these they behave like pages of a book or like layers that you are putting on top of each other. You get it? So you see we have the background, which is the white, the first thing you got. And that one is locked. You can't move it or delete it or anything. You get it? But now we created like a sheet to handle the Afari and O2 families. And that one has come to add onto it. So now we are building on. You get it? So you can pick the T and then you can pick the T again and come and write the date. 7 December 2020.
Okay.
I'll put it anywhere on the page for now.
Okay. Okay.
2020, we are not doing 2021.
Yeah.
Sure. You near. So that you see he has an icon on his own, but you don't have an icon yet. Me too, I have an icon on my own. We went to get it somewhere. So there's a website for
the icon is explaining is if you see on your monitor, on your screen, right, where I've pointed them out. So this is actually a screen for, what's the name? There's an icon for calendar, which should signify that, okay, so this is the date. So, so that's the calendar. And let me explain. Michael, can go ahead.
Okay, so it's like an image we went to pick from somewhere. So there's a website that you can get icons from. So it's called flaticon.com or Flaticon, whichever way you say.
Okay.
So you can open that website and then you can search for calendar.
Okay.
If you can see on your screen, I've just visited the website, so I think you should have something that looks exactly like this.
So in the search bar, you can search for calendar.
Yeah. Calendar. Right. Okay.
Okay. So when it comes, you can choose any calendar you think is nice for my wedding. Pick a nice
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay. Do I have to copy and paste or
No, just
what do
click.
I do?
You see there's some dot that comes on the side. You can click on it.
Uh-huh.
If you
To
click
give
on
you
it,
options
something
to
like that.
download it. Nice. So you can download
Okay,
the
yeah.
PNG one. Click on the PNG.
So this side.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But mine says download preview.
Download preview.
Yeah, mine is on the mine is different.
Just look different, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it has to do with the interface. But if you look at the top part of your screen, right side, and see if you see the PNG icon or you see download, any of the two.
I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing download preview and it's asking me to buy either standard license or
So let
No,
me
you can do free.
So on this website, even though they have free icons, they have other icons which is not free actually. It's premium.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
You're going to pick the one you will pay.
I didn't
Hey!
know.
And your party pa. What party
Yeah, yeah.
papa? You saw all the free ones.
Also covered the non-term. So she's one to sharp video. So if you notice any icon with that golden crown on it, it means it's sold. Like they sell it. Meaning it's premium. So select the one without the crown icon on it.
Okay. But the one I chose, it didn't have the crown icon. No.
It didn't have.
Are you seeing some dot on the side? Like when you hover on the icon, do you see that dot?
Let me see. Nope.
Hey. Wow. Because when you click
Let me
on
just,
any of,
I think I should choose a different one, right? Let me choose the one you chose.
just click on any icon, you should see the options to download it.
Okay.
Or you should see PNG and SVG at least.
Yes. I don't know. I chose a different one, but they're saying, should I just click on download preview? Maybe that would.
Click it and let's see.
Okay. I clicked on it. It says login or create an account to download.
No, you see the screen that Zachary is sharing. When you hover on the dot, or when you click on the dot on the side, you should see download SVG.
And download PNG.
Or PNG.
See, I'm demonstrating it now. I'll click on the three dots.
Okay.
You've seen it, right?
Okay, so I see download PNG and SVG. Okay.
Please download PNG.
Okay.
And then select free UI.
Okay.
We'll thank them in our heads. God will bless them.
Oh, very well. God bless them. It's a wedding. It's for a good cause.
Okay, so it's done downloading.
Good. So you can go back to Photopia.
And then drag and drop it.
Okay. Okay. So I just have to make it smaller and I put it by it.
So assist her with the proper scaling, Michael. Like
so if you can see the one that is like the two on your left that is like a cursor for the mouse, right?
Yeah, I see it.
You can click on it.
Okay.
And then when you click on the icon, it could give you some corners with small boxes there.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see it on your icon? Do you see the small dots on your icon?
I
The
saw that
small dot on
before
the
I
calendar.
clicked on the icon. Now it's gone.
All right, so relax. You see at the top of the screen, you see auto select and transform controls. Click on the transform controls.
I don't have that.
So have the icon selected. That's the mouse cursor icon selected. Oh,
Yeah, it's selected.
yes, and make sure that on the right hand side, the layers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you select the what's the name? The calendar, right? Make sure you have the calendar selected.
Yeah.
Click on that one for it to be highlighted, like this one.
Let me see. It's still not working.
The what?
It's still not working.
No, have you selected the calendar? You're not done yet. Have you selected the calendar?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so now.
But it doesn't select. Like when I select it doesn't select.
Okay, and I hope your network isn't interrupting with that, or it's not a cause for that.
No, the network is fine.
Okay. Wow. Ooh. So on your screen, do you see the transform controls where I have selected? Like
No,
mouse cursor.
it's not on here. No.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bit strange.
I see fail, I see stroke, and under that I see new project, and next to that I see save the date.
Come again. You said you see what?
I see. So after the file edit row, the next row is fill, stroke, some icon, and snap to pixel, and then under that is new project and save the date.
Lakari, can she share her screen?
Yes.
How do I'm using my laptop for that.
Yes, the Zoom allows you to share your screen.
She selected the pen tool, which is right below the text. So I hope this is what you selected, Tracy. Where my cursor is.
That one? No, that's not what I selected the cursor sign rather.
This one.
The first one at the top.
Yeah, I selected that one where your cursor is.
Okay, so please not this one. The very one at the top. This one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So I click on pen or free pen.
No, just select on this top one.
The first one, the top one.
Okay, I've selected it.
Okay. And do you see the transform controls at the top there?
No, it's not showing.
Wow. Okay. But please select the layer, the calendar layer on your right hand side first and come back to the order you see the transform control.
Okay. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Something else is happening. Is there a way I can go click on undo?
Yeah, you can click
like,
on. So
where is undo?
So you see the file, the next icon, the next icon tab, edit.
Yeah.
So click on
okay,
edit.
I see it.
Undo.
Okay. not even undoing. It's okay.
It's not undoing.
Yeah.
So I will take the forceful approach. Just select it and click on delete key on your keyboard so I can delete it.
Okay. It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it back. Go and drag and drop it back into your canvas. When you drop it fresh, it has the pointers on it.
Corners.
Yeah, the corners.
Okay. Yeah, it has the corners.
Good. So hold any of the edge. Click and hold and click on Shift and Alt whilst holding them on your keyboard and skip down.
Shift and Alt. Shift and Alt and down, right?
Yeah, so and you hold any of the edge and drag it. You see the way as I'm dragging mine, it's increasing and reducing proportionally.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you experiencing the same?
Yeah, I'm trying shift.
Have you done that?
Yes.
So
I feel like it's let me just work on that and you can move on.
All right. So basically we are done with the dates and families. Very level to family. So one more thing. Right now, let's learn how to change the color of the background. I'm sure not everyone wants the white color. Or Michael.
I don't want the white color.
I suppose to your wedding, which the white signifies happiness and all.
Our colors are peach and your friend say peach and gold.
Oh, okay, nice. So now go to the layers and select the background because you want to change the background color instead.
Okay.
Like the background on there under the layers.
I've selected it.
And I'm coming in. Okay, so if you notice under the layers, if you go all the way down, you see some small icons at the bottom of the layers. So if you hover your mouse over it, you see link layers, you see layer style, you see new adjustment layer. So please click on the adjustment layer. Have you clicked on it? And click on color fill.
Okay.
So what happens here is you notice that mine is red. I don't know for you. Yours is what?
Mine is also red.
Okay, fine. So right now, let's go to the color fill layer, color fill 1 layer under the layers. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So double click and then click again at the top part. You see that the properties comes out. And you click on the color. I mean this one. If you click on here, please have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, so when you click on it, it displays a color wheel which you can select a color from. Tracy.
Yeah.
Have I hope you are following. Have you seen it?
I'm clicking on color fill, right? Color fill 1.
Yeah. So you see the red icon. I don't know. Okay, if since yours is red, just click on the red part so that it will pop.
Yeah. Should I right click or what? I should just click.
Left click. Left click.
Okay.
So I'm sure you're supposed to see something like what I'm highlighting now.
Nothing like that is showed. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, so all right, so please click on the color fill. All right, so now the color picker. Please, sorry for the interruption. Please, you see where my mouse is? Please, can you see where my mouse is? My mouse pointer.
Yeah.
So you can click on any portion of it, and you notice that the color you select takes effect in the background. Yeah. So, Michael, you said your color is what? Peach and what?
Peach and gold.
Okay, so the peach and gold, I don't know that color of head. So if it's a color you can't easily identify, you can easily go online on Google and search for it, or you can just be trying it out. So gold will be somewhere around red. Around yellow. So you see that I just dragged the slider down there. Now just dragging it up so that it will give me the various kind of colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just put it on any one you like and just click in that portion and to give you that color shade. But also, if you just want that specific color, you can just go to Google and search for it.
Okay.
So let's search for gold. Color code for gold. Okay, so we have golden yellow, metallic gold, old gold, beaver's gold. That might interested that way. Which one would you choose? Some more. Sorry, Michael.
I could be gold. Metallic gold. Nunaskawa.
You rather. And that's how.
So that people know that. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm copying it. So I've just highlighted it and I'll copy it, and I'll come back to the Photopia tab. So I hope you're all following along. So then you see where the hex is. So yeah, I can just highlight that part and delete it. So that I'll just paste what I just copied. So with what I copied, if you wanted to take effect, just click on OK. So this is how the metallic gold looks like. This is kind of. Right, so please let me know when you guys are finished with yours too.
Media, I got the pitch.
You got a picture, fine.
So I'll use the gold for the writing. How do we change the font and then the colors of the?
Can't we change the font?
You will get there. We'll get there. Right?
No. Can't we change the font was?
Of the writings, so that I'll make the background pitch and then the writings gold.
Good, we can change that.
Like we use gold pen to write.
Okay. So we can do that right away. So you can come back to your text. So what you have to know is that the reason why you have the tools and left back part is anything you're going to do, make sure you select that tool before you come back to it. Do that on your canvas. So select the type tool.
Okay.
And if you selected your type tool, then come and hover over the portion where you want to change anything. So I want to change the Afari and O2 family. So I'll click on it.
Hey, the pitch looks too much like gold though.
You have to resolve that. But you mean the word is so. So I've just highlighted my text. You know, to make any changes to it, you have to highlight it. So I've highlighted mine. And since mine is golden background, I think I'll take a white text so that it will suit it, or it will be more visible. So I've selected white. And the color code for white is F, 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 F. All the 6 characters are F. Black is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay.
So, okay. And I want to change the font style. Since it's wedding, I have to sexify the font. Let's see. So if you click on, for mine, if you click on this portion where my mouse is, I see Deja Vu Sans, which means that's the font I'm using currently. I can click on it. So Michael, where are you now?
I'm also looking at the font of the you know. Oh, fine. Harder.
Hey, we are the open room.
I'm spoiling there.
We are not sure. So I'm also trying some out. I'm choosing Damien. Oh, I think I like this my font. So I've chosen Damien font, and I'm going to increase the size. I hope we all know how to increase the size. Tracy.
Yeah.
I see you are busy. So, any challenge or you are currently on it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Have you been able to change the font style?
I'm doing, oh, okay.
What about the
Yeah, I've done the background. You see, the thing about mine is the font disappeared when I changed the background. Like it's not showing in the background.
Okay, so there are two things. Either the color of your text is the same as the color of your background, or
No, it's not.
it's not. Or it's either you accidentally moved the text below the color fill. Because what happens with layers is, let me demonstrate something right now. So I hope you can see where my mouse pointer is.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can see where my mouse pointer is on the O2 family. So notice if I move it below color fill, you see it disappears. That's the reason why it's called layers. Whichever one is on top will be the most visible one. So check if you have such a situation.
I have background and then I have Afari and O2 family. Like from down upwards, I have background and I have Afari and O2 family and I have 7th December and I have calendar.
And what else?
And I have color fill 1.
At the top.
At the very top.
At the top.
Yes.
Yeah, at the very top.
Let's do some exercise right now. So go and select that layer, click on it, and drag it all the way to sit right above the background layer.
Which one? The color fill?
Yeah. Let it come all the way down. So sit just above the background layer.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen your design now?
Yeah.
So we can continue. So chief driver Michael, so what else do we want?
I'm spoiling you people.
All right. So what about some flowers, or which other message would you want on the on the card?
Okay. Please bring your own refreshment.
Please bring your own refreshment.
Yes, please.
They should have done this during. See, Beatrice is laughing. Beatrice is laughing. They should have done this during the lockdown period.
Are you telling me how to do my wedding?
Sorry. We're not telling you your wedding.
Then Momo gifts only.
Momo gift only.
Yes, please.
Right. So besides that, what else should we add?
I think for now, I've put Michael Afari and Bridget O2 under the Afari and O2 families.
Oh, okay. So how about
and
we?
Maybe some flower bee.
Yeah, yeah. So then let's work on the flower right now so that we can put the other message on there. Because if maybe you had your picture and her picture, it would have been easy for us to put them on there. But since you know, flower.
Advanced lessons, we'll do Photoshop. We'll go for her Facebook profile and then we'll take her picture. Then they'll take my picture and then we'll do Photoshop. I think you can do my hand around her.
Oh, definitely, we can do that. You can do that.
That's all.
We are expecting people to bring their own gifts and Momo gifts only. Us, they are not even going to take a proper photo shoot.
Oh, Brian, you're there, bro. 7 December.
All right.
It's the same certificate we sign.
Okay. So let's go to Google. So one thing you should also know is that Google will be your best friend when it comes to searching for any image related items. So let's say you are looking for flower mumbi. I mean, I don't really know them that much. Yeah, I just search for flowers. Then the one one is nice for me. I use it. Because until recently, I never knew there are some flowers. When you give someone, it means okay, maybe condolences for someone their family have died. Some flowers signifying that okay, you really appreciate their love. So sometimes if I design some of these things, you should be careful with whatever element you select. But you are going to download the flower. So one thing you should also know is that if you are looking for an image item which you want to place on your flyer, but you don't want that image to occupy your whole, what's the name?
The whole screen.
Yeah, the whole screen or the whole portion. Now let's go back to the Photopia. One thing you will notice with the calendar, I don't know which calendar you chose, but you notice is that around the edges, it's not a defined shape. Or even within it, you can see behind the background, which means it's a PNG image. So with a PNG image, it allows you to use images where you can select or take out some portion of it. So whenever you're searching for an image you want to use for your design or on your flyer, just search for the PNG format of it. So let's search for flower PNG or wedding flower. That and command different flower. So when you come here, I'm going to the first one, which is PNG 3. So you can be doing yours alongside, so that you download your flower that you want and you bring it in there. Yes, with this platform, they will ask me to register. So please, I'm going back. With this platform, they will ask me to register. So let me just download any nice one we are here. I'm clicking on the Google images. So here, I'll just select this particular one. Please, I hope you've seen what I've selected.
Yes.
So please, you can also download whichever one you want. So when you click on it, it's not always advisable to download a PNG image directly from here like this. Maybe save image. And the reason is because most of these images, the website on which they are posted on, because they want you to visit their website for you to download them, they will always give you a normal PNG image like this with a box around it still showing until you visit their platform to download the one which doesn't have the box around it. So you see that I'll just click on the image and it will take me to the website where I can download directly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going all the way down and download. So Michael, have you gotten your flower yet? Or you're taking your time to select the best one?
I selected flower, but the one you have selected, and yes, I'll be between. So I have to look for another one.
Let's look for another one. Yo, yeah. So Tracy, what about you?
No problem.
Sorry, I'm muting myself. I'm looking for a flower, a nice one.
And okay, then which means at the end of the day, you all have to save your file and share it with me so that we'll see how. Michael, I said competition, no. We try. By the way, yeah, wedding. You ought to do what I also.
I said me, Yaba.
That's all you. That's all you.
Sally, Michael.
Yes, boss.
Beatrice is saying that her sister won't allow this, won't agree to this. So the way I'm putting so many laws on this wedding.
Oh, it's just two. It's just two. Bring your own refreshment and then Momo gets to enter. So if we confirm that your number has sent Momo, then you can enter. Yes, so we'll have those are the only two things.
Okay. So Beatrice is also now following with Utopia download on her machine. So in assistance, you guys will be there to help with that.
Yes, please.
See, I got me wedding with picture, flower picture, and me share with me design them. Love that.
Charlie, this thing is someone. Flower na best uncle. I was winning.
Hey, if you can share some nice wedding text video, you have seen that now.
Samo. We're far. Okay. There we go, famous. Small. Some designers, some mobile stuff. Hey, you didn't know my. Hey, flower na I say. But this I say. Obituary. Yeah, bro. Okay, fine. No problem. Huh? I deal with you, my. Okay. Okay, no problem. Let's go. No, Libby. Oh.
Michael, then help us. No go there.
Flowers need a benya too, but ne feno. Niceness.
Okay.
Huh. Don't do some. You don't do some. Ah.
Let me give you.
Okay.
All right.
Focus. No problem. I'm listening.
Tracy, how far?
Original PNG download. Okay. Which an answer now? The above the woman competition answer.
Michael, Beatrice say on a second thought, I said, Bridget, Nini Beji Adwe pa home.
Who's a flyer and the airport? We are not joking, though. We are not joking. Sure. Makuma, so dear. Oh, fine. Oh, fine. Say something about select the calendar and the date. Let's shift and move it up. It's okay. Again. All right. Again. Oh, fine. This says. Shit. No. Oh, fine. Look. We ain't joking here. If I am bad. Until just when I thought I was catching up. Okay, no problem.
Wait, I will explain this one. I'm just doing it now so that you can have a fair idea of maybe how you can do something.
Can't see the deal. And the color now, some. Okay. Oh my. And they increase the size more and change the color to something attractive. Something worthy of. Oh. Kai. Samara. Hey, Debbie, the box, how did you change the corners?
No, I'll explain this one, but you guys finish with yours so that I can demonstrate this part as well. Michael. Yeah, miss you. Send up any time. That's not the end of our mouth. I do not.
No problem. Let's see. I went. Okay. Okay. Size. Hey. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Maybe some. I want to choose some font to be.
Yeah, for which one?
The font I want to choose no. They won't see that they should bring their own refreshment. I have to change it.
So you have to bring a refreshment my phone. All right, you can indicate it.
Is there a way to do bulletin?
Yeah, you can do bulletin. So what happens with bulletin is you can yeah. Inside this one, it's a bit difficult.
Okay. Maybe.
Another easier way you can do that is which map for way online, then you search for the bullet icon.
Oh, okay. Okay. That will also work.
Or bullet symbol. And you highlight whichever bullet you want. And you copy it. Are you able to do that?
You know, for now I'm centering it somewhere. Okay. Then where is this guy? Change font and color. And the font should be similar. Then the font color again. The font color, the height is not the best. Yeah, we have done some.
So you've done some.
I have done some.
So I'm sure
Not
you
all, but
your text.
many are some background be the a Kevin China to Saudi Anka, maybe too. That's no problem.
All right. My parents show I know see now they meeting you because what did they I would anyway.
Okay.
When they one bit deal. So what I used there was a shape tool. You know where my mouse is? A shape tool. So what happened here is yeah, so the shape tool is here.
Okay, the box.
So the box. So I selected the if you click and hold, you notice that it has more other shapes. Okay, here, other shapes down below it. I selected the rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I brought it here. So you see the plus icon, which means I can start drawing the rectangle I want.
Okay.
So then I just drew the size I wanted. Then I left it. So I'm sure you're not having the pattern I have right now, but what I did was to get the pattern I have now. Boom. I came all the way to the top here. Fill.
Okay.
Okay, like a filler. You see pattern, like fill type. The pattern is the last one, so I selected the pattern. Have you received the same? Have you got the same?
Yes.
In a pattern now, paper.
But then the corners, no.
The what?
The edges, no. That's a wood.
Yeah. Where did the pass? There's no stroke. So then, when you're done now, so what you have to do is you come to. Oh, minimize my screen. So you see Pro at the right hand side. If you see where my mouse pointer is that you see. Yeah. So that's properties.
Okay.
Then you come to keep aspect ratio down below it.
Live shape.
Yeah, almost some square. So what you do is you hold one of the edge. Once they let the way mine is looking, put on the curve, on the small 90-degree curve. Then hold and drag. You see that you are dragging, it's deforming.
Hey. Oh, fine.
Yeah. So right now you've made your kept. All right. So another thing, if you notice, you realize that with my shape, I say we shadow be one I say.
Yes.
So what you have to do with that one is you come to the layer for the rectangle you just created. Then you double click. Not inside of it, but like right beside it.
Layer of the shape. Then I double click.
Once I hand side, double click on this side of it.
Yes, I'm plenty things happening.
Yeah, you have the same thing as mine, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you come to drop shadow. Down below, last.
Okay.
Now I click drop shadow.
Okay.
Once the shadow you have a top, we so.
Yeah. I think you are joking.
And then shadow, I had those no.
Metumi ate so kakra.
Why then?
Me colors no na ado so ama me na.
Colors no.
Me share the metumi ayam.
So what's the wedding idea? Colors now pen and really. There was some colors that match it, and then the match it. When you click it, drop shadow, you can click on OK, and I want to play around with it, and maybe you don't want it too deep. Don't opacity, you can reduce it as well. Then when you're done, you click on OK. Hello, Tracy.
Hi.
Sorry, we noticed that you went off.
Yeah, I had a phone call.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. Michael is killing it. He's only waiting.
Yeah, I see that.
For the public so that he just print it. So where have you reached so that we can still assist you for you to get to our level?
Come on. Oh my, sorry, let me call you.
Oh yeah. Michael, Carlos no cousin.
No, Javi.
What the Carlos no?
Incredible.
Let's see. What about you? Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. Oh, okay. You said you were using the applications. I wanted to know, like, have you been able to create what you are creating so far, or face any challenge, or if you need any assistance?
I'm good.
Obi a wedding, my coach is font, needing to destroy. I
thought, who was destroy your wedding home? Give me a minute.
Right. Oh. People are joking. That's nice.
So me, with how you can change your aspect ratio, can you please give me a bit more information about what exactly you are talking about? Okay, the rectangle shape. Okay. So for the rectangle shape, if you want to change the aspect ratio, please follow along please follow what I'm doing on my screen now. Hello, Ni. Hello, Ni. So Ni, I understand your mic issue. So right now I'm following along what I'm doing. So if there's any challenge happens, just text me and I'll handle that. So first thing, make sure that you select the move to at the top part here where I've clicked. So this icon, which looks like a mouse cursor. So click on it and select your shape. So if you select the shape, first of all, you're supposed to get something like what I have on my screen. But if you don't have something like that, come to the top part here and click on the transform controls. So if you click on the transform controls, I'm sure you're supposed to have what I have on mine here, where the rectangle has borders around it with pointers. So to resize it, click on any edge of it, like how I've clicked on the edge of mine, and hold together Alt key and Shift key. Hold them together and try moving them up or down so that they increase or decrease proportionally. So if that was helpful, please text, let me know if I should still explain further. So, and also how to change the colors of the borders. So you notice that what I have selected this one, the shape. Now come to the rectangle tool again, click on it. See the rectangle tool, click on it, the one I'm clicking on. So when you click on it, it will have your rectangle highlighted. And you come all the way to the top part here, which is stroke. So you notice that the stroke on mine has the X shape. I haven't applied the stroke yet. And you click on it, or sorry. So and you click on the figures next to it. I have 4.4 on mine. So on the drop down of the figure next to it, and you see the slider, you either move it up or down to increase the thickness of your. So it should increase the thickness of your what's the name, the borders. But make sure that on the stroke, instead of having the X there, select this one, color, so that it will give it a color. So as you can see, mine has the red color around my what's the name, my rectangle. If I move the slider up or down, it either increases or decreases it. So I've left mine on 0.8. Tony, if it was helpful, please let me know. Or if you're still facing any challenge, just text me. So that's how you can add the borders. Michael.
Yes.
So we can continue. Tracy, thanks for joining again.
You see, they have finished you. Okay.
Sure.
I finished you.
Yeah.
So where are you following along or?
Yeah, I'm following. I think I'll just watch for now and I'll note a few things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Tracy, let me understand. Did you join through the academic group or through recommendation from a friend?
Yeah, through a recommendation.
Oh, okay. Please who?
Michael.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And if I understand, so do you also work with him or at Altigo or your or which field do you actually work in?
I'm at Balanced View.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And in your line of work, in your line of work, you don't really encounter issues where you need to present something visual.
The use of graphic design for now, no, but it's something I'm into. It, yeah, I find it interesting, so I'm willing to learn.
Thank you very much. So, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, rectangle. No. Now
the shadow there. If you wanted to, you shouldn't have taught me the shadow.
That's comfortable.
You see, everything is as I'm in the touch. I see identity. Everything has shadows.
Okay. So, Michael, what else would you want to add to your life? Because what did you see also right now, Charlie? I was saying where you are now. We didn't. For me, I didn't add. There was a name. Come with your own. What item 13, right?
Me, I didn't add the D&DM families and I rate them. Come with your refreshment. I know he has seen the company of Anna of the company of the marriage of their children there.
Then add the logo. Add the the Momo. Give it strictly by Momo.
Is there a way I can share an image in?
Yeah, so if you are done, please, if you are following along, I want us to learn how to save this our work. So, Michael, thanks for recommending this platform because this is my first day even using it. But just that since it works like Photoshop, I mean, you've been able to use it to create something, just like how you would have done it in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, usually when you are designing anything, it's just like Microsoft Word and the rest. If you don't save your work and light out or anything, work number 4. So let's try to save our work right now.
So save.
So
I see save as PSD and then.
So what I want to explain here is you see save as PSD, which is what? Save as what? Photoshop file. So this is the extension for Photoshop files.
Oh, okay.
Just like the way Microsoft programs, we have .exe,
Okay.
PowerPoint, we have .ppt, and the rest.
Okay.
So Photoshop is what? It's PSD. But since we want the final product right away, due to the urgency of Michael's wedding, we will go to export as.
Okay.
When you hover over the export as, you see JPG. Click on the JPG so that you can save it as a normal image file. You can even share it, Bluetooth it to your phone, or you send it to your phone and have a view of it right now.
Oh, sharp. And they down. Oh, fine.
Yeah.
So I downloaded it in my downloads. So I can open it as an image.
So I'm putting mine on, what's the name? Desktop. Okay.
Oh, fine.
I've saved mine on the desktop. So I'm going to share that screen with you now. So so I'm going to share my screen with you so that you see the final product of how mine looks like.
Nice. What try, but I try. You've tried.
So,
fair.
So if you notice, that's how mine looks like.
Oh, fair. Oh, fair.
So, if there's a, can you guys share your experience so I can also see how you guys like your own look like?
Okay, let me share what I have done. Separate specifications. I think you have to enable us sharing screen.
Yeah. So, stop video, new videos, video. Okay, I think let me do the host so that I can share yours right now.
Okay.
So if I make the host, make me the host afterwards, please.
Okay, sure. I think there can be more than one host though. Okay. Sure. Shadows of Gua, shadows of Gua.
If what? Hey,
Shadows of Gua.
when me where do we? Michael, this one Michael speaking. Hey, but debut. I don't pay it too. I don't pay it. I know.
Where you mama? It's so nice.
Michael.
Yeah, we are joking.
Pay it in time.
Share. Hey, this is. Please, the PNG, I can't change the budget too. So.
What?
So, a chair, so Agnes, competition has come inside or what? I can't edit JPG.
You
can
can't
edit it. Can edit it, Bridget?
You can edit it. So Michael, thanks for that. And Tracy, you can also share your work. And wow. So I think.
Okay.
I did my work on my laptop. Wait.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll be able to share it because I'm using Zoom on my phone.
Okay.
And
okay. So you didn't join with your laptop?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, then you can just use your camera and then turn the camera to on the phone.
Enable your camera so that you just.
Okay. But I didn't get anywhere. My work is not a work, like, because you know I kept.
No problem.
Oh no, you guys, I'm
embarrassed. Because the whole purpose of this work was to like explain the tools to you, how the tools work and all. No, please share. See, it doesn't matter whether you even just wrote the text. It doesn't matter. What we are looking at is at least you're able to use the basic tools to create at least one thing. And we understand the fact that you even joined later.
Okay, I'm trying to turn the camera. Okay. You see?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I just see the envelope. So use
sorry?
Exactly. We'll use it as envelope.
Yeah, we'll use that one as envelope.
Oh, fine.
Oh, because at least you brought the icon in, you use the text to and all. All right. So Beatrice, right now says you are the what? The sister of the bride to be.
And the Momo recipient.
The Momo recipient. So please share your work with us. Beatrice. So Tracy, thanks very much. And Nia Labi, I know you're following along, so please, if there's a way you can also enable your video so that we can see your work. I understand that your audio is disturbing. Oh, but Charlie, Michael, it's for there. Wow.
Which you say something for me, the way things are going. I can't waste this flyer.
Hi. So Beatrice, please share your work with us. Why? But you want you do there, please share with us. She has messaged in the group that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can still share. You don't really need host disabled. So please make the host.
No, I've made you the host. After I finish sharing, I made.
Okay. So I'm making the host again. So I've now made you the host. You can share your work. If what? Second week. Charlie. Hey, Michael.
Hey!
Be this.
Hey! What is happening here?
Someone is really determined to take your wife. Someone is really, really determined to take your wife.
I'll be there too. If between small, we can go for a Abigail. Hey! Oh, that's cool. I like the fact that Otumide share flowers.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I had to put my flowers in the corner because my flowers.
That was really creative. We really like that. That was really creative. Okay, Beatrice, we understand. About how come you are now explaining this to us? Beatrice, because right now I think the accolades will go to Neo. I don't know age money now. I think it will be the Momo receiver. You're not going to be the Momo receiver.
Hey. Okay. She had to take care of the baby.
Yeah. Okay. No problem at all.
Oh, fine.
No problem at all. So guys, I'm really happy. I'm really happy that we've all been able to learn something. So I think we'll go to we'll now do our Q&A. If you have any questions or any concerns you'd like addressed.
Okay. My first question is: we saved so if I wanted to save the Photoshop file and edit it maybe to Abigail O2 is if we are talking behind the scenes, Beatrice and I, we see that the Bridget is not going well, I can just save the PSD file and then edit to Abigail Sharp so that I don't have to do everything again, right?
Charlie, yours is very effective planning. You're already thinking of the other possibilities.
Plan A, plan B, and everything.
All right, so we can do that right now. That one is not even a struggle. So let me share my screen with you guys again. I'm coming in. So I'm going to share my screen. So I've shared the screen. So if we want to save it in the PSD format, we can still go ahead and do that. So you click on File, and you click on Save as PSD.
Okay.
You get it. So when you click on Save as PSD, it will save as a Photoshop file format for you. So now you just give it a name that you want. I'll leave it as the new project, and I'll click on. So if you are following, please, I'm sure you should have something like that.
Okay. So if I want to continue working on it, I can just open and then.
Yeah. So let me open the work right now. So I'm opening directly from the browser, if you can see. So I'll just open it, and I'll share the screen of how it looks like in the Photoshop file.
Okay.
And in the Photoshop program. Wow, it's the same. Let me share the screen with you now. So, please, can you see the screen now? The Photoshop.
Yes.
So this is how it looks like, and I'm sure you guys have seen what's on the missing font. That's a Creative Cloud. You see on top of it. So what's happening here is that it has noticed that it's a Photoshop file, but I don't have these fonts installed on my PC because these fonts which I used on that website actually give it to me.
They are not. Okay.
So which means I haven't downloaded it myself. So if I want to have this same font in here, so that to display like the same way it's supposed to display, which means I have to download all of these 3 fonts. That's the Damien, Damien, the DX font with the Minion Chimpa.
I know. So beautiful. Nyama wako sisi group. Hey, sisi pan KSCP.
Okay, then deja vu sans. So these are the fonts I use, and unfortunately, this font is not on Photoshop. So unless I go online and go and search for it. So some of these fonts can be fonts that is sold, and some can be free.
Okay.
You right now, since the class is about ending, I'll just click on don't resolve, so that Photoshop will use its smart thinking to get another font for you. So you've noticed that it has retained the font, which means the smart thing it did here was that if you're not going to touch that particular text, but as I click on it, it prompts me that immediately I add something to it, it will change completely.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the smart way. So you see that the font has changed.
Okay.
So the smart way it's doing is that if you're not going to change every element, it will retain some elements.
It's going to keep it.
Just like the way it is.
Oh, nice.
So this is how it is in the Photoshop file. And if you notice, on the what's the name website, on the left hand side, we had our tool, we had our move tool. So instead of the mouse icon to point out to, we have what this target, this cross arrows. Now the reason why the one on the website is still using that one is if you are using Photoshop CS6 or the 2017 version, you notice that it's still the mouse pointer. But since I'm using the 2019, that's why they redesigned the pointer. But if you look at the text on your monitor, on your screen, the text is still T. The text is still T, and on the canvas, it's just the same.
Okay.
And on the right hand side, if you've noticed, these are my layers. My layers are on the right hand side. You get it?
Right.
So one thing you can also use to know whether you don't have a font or something is on the font you see that there's a danger sign. So the ones with the danger sign means I don't have a font, which I have to go and download or buy it. So Michael, has your question answered?
Very answered.
Very answered. So your contingency plan or your other plans can still work.
He's a cry.
Okay.
I just edit the other name and then the Momo recipient.
Bad man, you're a bad man.
Oh, this one is strategic plan.
It's a plan for no disappointment. I understand. All right. So please, any other question from you guys? Tracy, any question? Mr. Emmanuel?
No, please.
Any contribution or anything you'd like to know more?
No.
Okay. So I think we're done with that.
Zachary.
Yeah.
I have another question. You see, a lot of times people say, "Oh, you could Photoshop a picture now, is it just the resolution that they work on, or they use some other features to make maybe the skin lighter or?
Okay, so it's not the resolution they use. There's a tool called adjustment layer, which gives you a brush. See the way they make up, they have their brush for that. It gives you a certain brush. Now with me, they are here on the pandemic virtually.
Okay.
Then you have other tools like, let me show you something. I hope you are still seeing my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah. So if you come here, now come to, you realize that what I've highlighted, I have brightness and contrast, I have levels, I have curves, I have exposure, I have vibrance, I have saturation, I have color balance. I have black and white, I have filter, even here.
Okay.
So you can explore it. So all of these things are tools you can put together to edit like a picture of a model. And I'm also Photoshop and now like why in the fine, we people, why you need the eyeballs white. You can take off some cheeks and all. So yeah, that one is for another class.
All right. Okay.
So I think that's all because we've achieved what we wanted to do today, to know what the tool is, what we can do with them, and yeah. So if this class was to be continued and we'll go further,
All right.
could end up creating something nice. Let me share this. I'm coming in. Just a minute. You can end up creating something like what I've shared with you on screen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You did the thing's reflection on the floor too. You can see that
I did that.
it has some inversion. Oh, that's
yeah. So this is actually for our parent company, and it's for advertising of some of our products.
I see.
Some of this, and even this church flyers,
I see. That's nice.
And you can even end up creating. Coming in. One more thing. Even magazines. So magazines like this. This is how we are seeing the screen.
Yeah.
So this Solutec, that's our parent company, the IT firm. So we are into networking and smart home systems. So this is our magazine that we have for our clients. So as you can see on the screen, so this is like a magazine that after we finish, we printed it. So with Photoshop, we can also do something like this.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's all for today. And guys, we are running a graphic design class starting from next month. So if you'll be interested, you can join us so that we can at least do something much higher than the level we've achieved today.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So if anything, you can reach out to Ikwa or myself. And please, I would like to have your contact info if you're okay with that. Either your name or your email, you can text them to me right now. Or I can just give you my WhatsApp number so that you can actually give me the info as well.
All right.
Yeah. So you can also share yours with me. Oh, okay, Beatrice, I noticed that I said you can do this another time. Yeah, so we'll talk with Ifwa, our boss here, then we'll see when we can organize another free class like this, which can be interactive. We'll learn more. But until then, we also have a paid course that will be next month, rolling next month onwards. You can either come to Solutec here in person or you can have it over Zoom as well. Tracy, did you want to say something?
No, that's fine.
Okay. But please, I'll be looking forward to your info though. I'll share the number in the group. So.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, Michael,
thank you so much.
Until the wedding.
Oh, yes. Until the wedding, babe. Sooner than that. So when did it the end of year, December? All right. Okay. So thank you so much. This has been helpful. Okay. So have a nice day. I've WhatsApped you, Zachariah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Bye.
And so please, I will also have another class that will be going on during the week. That's Microsoft Word, Microsoft presentation as well. Microsoft PowerPoint, sorry. Successful online class. Only thanks.